Alrighty, guys. Good evening to you all here. It's about 10-ish p.m. Central Time here. Hope you guys are all doing well. We got a late night, overnight severe weather threat. My personal thoughts, I don't think this is going to be too big of an issue. We're going to see what happens here over the next couple of hours here in Minnesota. Minnesota is under a severe thunderstorm watch until 4 a.m. Central Time. I'll pull up that watch here in just a second. Not really seen this risk zone really verified quite yet so far today. And like I said, I've mentioned it in my video this morning and this afternoon. This was mostly going to be an overnight event for you guys here. The other main threat that we're going to have, guys, is going to be the significant flooding over the next couple of days here as well. We've got two moderate risk zones for flash flooding both tomorrow and on Sunday. So if you are in the Midwest here, we got Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Minnesota, down towards Missouri. Going to be a pretty wild next couple of days in terms of the flooding threat. Right now, we don't got anything too crazy going on the radar right now. I'm going to talk briefly on risk zones, kind of break that down for you guys, talk about the watch that's out here as well, and we'll kind of go from there. Correct, nothing in Minneapolis yet, but that doesn't mean you're not going to get storms. You actually have storms off to your northwest right now. Hold on one second. 1 second. We're also going to talk about the tropics as well. We got some new tropical information. All right. Yep, so we're going to talk about all that. The tropics are all over the place right now. We're going to break down our global pattern, just kind of hang out here on a Friday night, talk weather, cover weather. Like I said, we've got a little area of thunderstorms getting itself together here, up here northwest of St. Cloud. Nothing is severe warned. We got one little severe thunderstorm warning up here into the northern portions of UP, Michigan. That is headed just southwest of Marquette. 1-inch hail is 50-mile-per-hour winds on that storm. I'm not too concerned about that one. And then we've got a severe thunderstorm warning back down here into Goodland with the threat for 60-mile-per-hour winds. So let's talk about our risk zone here and what we're going to be seeing here this evening into tonight. Like I said, an overnight event tonight for you guys here. So if you do sleep or if you do need to get sleep tonight, make sure you have alerts on your phones as always. Going to be a pretty interesting night tonight here across the Midwest. It's going to be a next interesting couple of days across the Midwest, I guess is what I'll say here. So we do have that dual slight risk here. I'm not too sure on how well the risk zone over into South Dakota and into Nebraska is going to verify. Just giving a little bit more of a capping inversion. We'll just kind of see how things initiate here over the next couple of hours. But I will say, looking at things right now, we've had a cap most of the day today, kind of limiting storms from firing off until now, but this is going to be our main corridor right here where we do have that severe thunderstorm watch. Like I said, a conditional threat for wind, hail, and a couple of tornadoes could be possible here. If you live in Minnesota, you definitely need to go to bed with alerts on your phone tonight if you do sleep, as well as western and central Wisconsin. Our main hazards for this afternoon here, this evening into the overnight hours, is going to be that tornado risk. We do have an elevated tornado risk, so a 5% and a 2% tornado risk here. Most of all of Minnesota is in some type of tornado risk. Doesn't mean you're going to get a tornado, but you are in a tornado risk here, and that higher risk zone is for western and central Minnesota there, getting into eastern South Dakota, western Wisconsin. So Minneapolis, you are in a 2% tornado risk tonight. You're actually kind of close to the 5% there. Doesn't mean you're going to get a tornado, but it does mean that you do have the threat for tornadoes tonight. So we are watching that very, very closely for you guys this evening here. We've also got the wind threat at 15 and 5%. The wind threat that's over here into Michigan, this severe weather threat is pretty much concluded, so we're not going to be seeing any more severe weather into normal Michigan there. We still could see some isolated severe weather down here into the plains tonight, but I'm not expecting anything too crazy there. We've also still got the hail threat as well. We do have that hail threat both at 15 and 5% for hail up to 1 to 2 inches in diameter. So once again, I'm not thinking anything super, super crazy. We'll just take a look at our SPC meso-analysis right now. We've got temperatures and dews in the 80s and 70s here, so a very unstable atmosphere. We do have a good amount of CAPE tonight, guys. We do have about 4,500 to 5,000 joules per kilogram of instability, so instability is not an issue. Almost 6,000 CAPE right now sitting in southern Minnesota, so the storm energy, I guess is the word we'll use here, is not an issue. So we don't have, we got a good amount of storm energy to work with here. We've even got 6,000 joules down here towards the Nebraska area. Just taking a look as well at our upper level 500 millibar here. Let me pull this out and see what we're looking at. So it seems to be our troughing was a little bit delayed, which is kind of what's allowing today's severe weather setup to be a little bit closer to the evening and the overnight hours. And this actually is going to stall out tomorrow and give us a significant rain threat. So I do want to talk about that rain threat as well really, really quickly here. We do have from the WPC, this is what we call the Weather Prediction Center. They issue rain outlooks, hazardous rain outlooks, and just like severe weather outlooks, we have scales that go 1 to 4 here, except it's 1 to 4 instead of 1 to 5. And we do have a level 3 out of 4 moderate risk for significant flash flooding across southwestern Wisconsin, getting into eastern and central Iowa, northern Missouri, back up here into northwestern Illinois. If you live in that moderate risk, you definitely need to be paying attention to the rainfall levels here, your water levels, your creeks, your streams, as we could see some pretty significant flooding in some of these areas here. 1 to 3 inches of rain locally over a widespread area, with 6 to 8 inches of possible, and maybe even some higher pockets of that locally in some of those areas that are in that risk zone. So not everybody is going to see flash flooding, but the risk zone is there because we're going to see storms tonight and we're going to see storms again tomorrow. So it's going to be a training effect of storms. And so we have that level 3 out of risk, 3 out of 4 risk today, and then we also have it. Sorry, that's for tomorrow, and then we also have it for Sunday. It doesn't move much at all, and I do think going into Sunday, we could see this extended down toward the KCMO area as we see storms moving into that area as well on Sunday. So, gonna have to watch the flood threat. We talk about all things here. I know the flooding threat may bore some people, but it's a significant threat. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about the severe weather, and we have to talk about the tropics. So, we'll be covering you guys with all of that here. Here's a brief overrun. I'm gonna show you guys a couple models because the HRR has just been really wonky the last 2 or 3 days here, kind of simulating storms. So it looks to be supercells are going to continue to initiate through midnight tonight here, and then eventually we'll see some clustering of storms kind of grow upscale. Looks to be Nebraska will also have some storms kind of going up through the midnight hours here. Doesn't look like a lot, but don't let that fool you, because once again, computer models can only show so much, and when we have a capped environment, either things are going to happen or they're not going to happen. So some people may get storms tonight, some people may not get storms. It just depends on where you're at and where the storms fire. This is what I don't want to see. I don't like to see this. This is what I call heavy rainfall setting up in the overnight hours tonight going through tomorrow morning. We could easily pick up 3 to 5 inches of rain locally in some of these areas tonight. So that flooding threat, like I said, on top of the severe weather threat tonight, is going to be an issue. So if you are in Iowa, southern Minnesota, western Wisconsin, this is where that higher corridor, I think, of heavy rainfall is going to fall tonight. Like I said, just something I'm watching here very, very closely. I want to take a look at the NAM 3K as well and see what it did. Let's see here. So yeah, the NAM 3K... this clearly didn't happen because we're already past 10 p.m., so this is invalid to look at. I don't think any of our other models did anything as well with tonight. Yeah, that clearly didn't happen either. So I guess the only model we're going to be able to go off of tonight is the HRR, because all the other ones are outdated. So never mind. We're going to have to go off the HRR tonight. But regardless of that, it's a computer model. They're going to fail. They're going to mess up sometimes. And so that's what we're seeing here with that. Like I said as well, watching for that heavy rainfall. I will talk, guys, this is mostly going to be the talk of the show next week. If you guys have not noticed, we finally got our highlighted area here for the tropical system that everybody on social media thinks they know about, and is what we've been talking about here. This yellow lemon is what we like to call it in the National Weather Service world here. We do have an area of tropical disturbance here that is coming off the coast of Africa. This is going to move over the next 5 to 7 days into a favorable environment, which we will think will more than likely become a hurricane by the end of next week here. Most of the models show a hurricane by the end of next week. Where does it go after? That's the biggest question. Where does this system go next week? A lot of the models have it going this direction. There's just kind of this big outlier on where we're going to see the system at. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, we're not going to have any idea if this is going to come our way toward the United States until mostly the end of next week. So a good 5 to 7 days out before we're really going to have any idea on what the model runs are doing with this. And you guys can see here as well, looking at our ensembles, they are all over the place. I mean, literally, we have some is going as far as turning. We have a lot going to Florida. There is a huge discrepancy on where this system is going to go. And like I said, this is over 10 to 15 days out. So we are still in la la land when it comes to trying to forecast this tropical system next week. So if you're on the East Coast, it's not time to panic. It's not time to freak out. As we get model runs to kind of come back together and tighten and we see more agreement, we will be seeing, that's when we'll start to talk more about this. So right now, I don't even expect this system, this tropical wave that just came off the coast here, to even be anything until we get closer to the end of next week here. So this basically puts us at August 14th, and then this would be where we would go with it after August 14th. So we're still 6 days out before we can really even get an idea on what the heck's going to happen with this. So you guys are going to see all the fearmongerers and all the social media posts out there saying, oh, a Cat 5 hurricane's coming to Florida, it's coming to New York City, whatever you want to say. That stuff is bullshit. It's absolutely insane. It's fear mongering. We don't bow with any of that crap. I'm going to guarantee you half of these people that post those models don't even know what an ensemble is. And this is what an ensemble is. It's a computer model that simulates more than one scenario. It averages them out, and then it gives us, hey, this is where we could see, and where we see most of those ensembles compact at is typically where we go when a long range forecast is happening. So right now, a big discrepancy. This is a good 500 to 600 miles in differences on where we could be going with this. So when this new run comes out tonight, we'll talk about it. We'll get the new GFS run tonight. Like I said, just a big area. Hopefully what will happen, which would be nice, is this thing would curve out to sea and not be an issue at all. That would be super, super awesome. But right now, we got a lot of models that are also showing that. And you guys can also see as well, and I want to mention this, when this system does get going next week, and this is when, because it's going to, when this does start to travel up here into what we call the subtropical Atlantic Ocean, the water temperatures are very, very warm. They are seasonally above average. We're talking 10 to 15 degrees above average, typically what they were last year, meaning this storm will strengthen. So yes, we are expecting potentially a hurricane by the end of next week. That's what I'm saying at this point. What I'm getting at there, like I said, is where is it going to go is the biggest thing. And you do have a lot of these models showing a major hurricane. A lot of these ensembles are even showing a Cat 4+. It's not time to freak out. It's not time to be scared. We are over 15 days out from this event even attempting to make its way towards our direction here. So we're going to keep you guys updated. I'll have a video every morning talking about it. We'll be talking about it on every single live stream. You guys will know what's going on. So those are the GFS ensembles, GEFS ensembles. And then I believe we have, I'm going to show the European. I think the European was also still showing this as well here. Yeah, you got the European models again. So the European's more consistent kind of here, but then you get towards out past the 7-day mark here, and we're looking at, you know, a discrepancy once again. Some take it to Florida, some take it as far as the North Central Atlantic Ocean. So if you guys, if I can ask you guys of the biggest favor in chat, if you see people on social media that are posting these ridiculous model runs that are over 203 hours out, I would report them for false information. That's what I do. But anyways, leave it up to Mets and people like me that know what we're talking about, that explain everything in depth and don't go off of worst case scenarios and want people to, you know, get hurt in situations. So please don't do that. So if you guys do see that, please do that for me. That would be much appreciated. Let's go, Jennifer. All right. What is up, Lizard? So that is something we'll be watching for. Also, really quickly, because I did not do this, to all of my people that are on YouTube watching, what is up, Ethan, Justin, my member, I appreciate you for hopping in. As always, Kimberly, Anna, Dad, what is up? Good to see you guys in here as well. Oh yeah, I'm telling you guys, there are so many people that only do weather content during hurricane season so they can make money off of their videos for scaring people. I don't care about that. I could care less if my videos got 1,000 views, less than that, whatever. I'm grateful that my videos get out to people, because the people that see that need to see that, because you got people that are way under me or way over than me that are going, their videos are going viral with thousands and thousands of views because they're scaring people and giving out false information, which is absolute insanity. I don't know why TikTok pushes that stuff out, and I don't know why people watch that crap, because they know it's not real, but they still believe it anyways. So it's just crazy to me. I don't get it. So until I'm concerned, you guys should be okay. I promise. We're going to watch it. More than likely what's going to happen over the next couple days is you're going to see this yellow lemon probably turn orange, like this one here. You can see this is that storm we were watching this week. It's going out to sea, not expecting much. The one that was up here off the East Coast is pretty much done. You'll see this probably change orange, and eventually by the end of next week probably become red, because it's just a higher likelihood that we're going to see a named storm out of this. Our next storm on the list will more than likely be Aaron. And like I said, lots of model discrepancy. We're going to be on here tonight until these model runs update again. So we'll talk about the new midnight runs once they come in. I think the GFS is actually getting ready to run. I will show you guys one thing, okay? There is so much, and this is what we call dermatistic model runs. So these are just one single run of the GFS, one single run of the European. There are 51 runs or 51 ensembles of both the GFS and the European. That's where we kind of get that forecast when we talk long range. We want to see those average. We want to see those ensembles tight together, kind of like, you know, those spaghetti noodles there. We want to see them tighten to kind of give us an idea of like confidence, you know, further out with the system. This is what you don't want to believe. And I'm going to show you guys something here. Please do not buy what I'm showing you. This is trying to tell you guys, hey, this is wrong. Don't, when you see this stuff, this is wrong. This is what the GFS spit out this afternoon. This was the 12Z dermatistic model run. Where does it go? It takes a Cat 5 hurricane into Houston, Texas. Over 300 hours out. That is trying to like forecast a hurricane over 2.5 weeks out. You cannot do that. There is no meteorologist. There is no PhD degreed person. I don't care how smart you think you are. You cannot forecast a hurricane over 300 hours out. This scenario, probably not going to happen. None of the ensembles support this going into the Gulf right now. I'm not worried about it. So that is wrong. Do not buy this stuff when you see it. You're probably seeing that model run a lot on social media, as well as the one that was the other day. We go to this afternoon's run. You want to see why we don't believe dermatistic model runs? Well, we go from this afternoon's model run to this evening, and where does the tropical wave go / hurricane? It's sitting over here off the East Coast. That is a 500-mile difference within 2 different model runs. The same model run, 6 hours apart. That is why you cannot believe these garbage crap model runs. You have to go off of ensembles over 7 days out, and even 5 to 7 days would argue sometimes. So this is BS. Don't fall for it. Don't buy it. If you don't hear anything else about it, that's that. So like I said, it's crazy that people will believe this stuff when they see people posting weather content that aren't even agreed or know what they're talking about. It just blows my mind. So that was the latest run, and actually, I like this model run a lot better because it keeps it away from us. This is actually a scenario that might play out because the ensembles do support a recurve with our system. So I'm not buying this crap, but I actually believe this, but it is over 300 hours out. So that's also why we're not saying it's going to miss the United States, because it's so far out. So you guys get the gist. We'll see what tonight's model run brings. It'll probably bring some Hall of Fame insanity. We'll talk about it when it gets to that point there. So other than that, we're watching ensembles. We're going to see what's going to happen tonight. We're going to see what's going to happen over the next couple of days and kind of go from there. So it just gets exhausting because you have to repeat yourself to people that just don't listen. So I do want to go ahead and start out here. We do have a tornado possible tag severe thunderstorm warning just northwest of St. Cloud, Minnesota. So if you are in the Sauk Center area here, you need to be very, very weather aware here. Headed up towards Little Falls and Belle Prairie, we do have a potential tornado possible tag severe thunderstorm warning here. Please, please, please be watching this very, very carefully here. We're gonna be on this, covering this here. Let me zoom out. I hope I do inspire some people, because there are so many people out there that just do things that just make my job so much more difficult. Like, it blows my mind. Somebody can get 1 million views on a video for posting a fake model run that's not going to validate, and I would get half or 10th of that if for posting the right forecast. You guys see what I'm saying, right? That's what the problem is with our world right now. It's absolute insanity. So people see something that's not going to happen or doesn't make sense, it'll get 1 million views, but then you get somebody that posts an actual correct forecast and it gets maybe 1,000 views. Crazy stuff. Blows my mind. All right, I'm going to see if I can get a traffic camera pulled up, because we are in Minnesota, and Minnesota has great traffic cameras. We'll see if I've got any that are in this area. I hope you guys are having a wonderful night tonight, by the way. As always, I do appreciate you guys. I love doing these late night streams. Even though Mesomat gets a little tired, a little early, I do like doing these late night streams, because why not? It's a Friday night. We're going to talk about weather. We're going to cover weather. Why not? Minot, you are fine. You are good. What is up from Ohio? Yes, Kimberly, that's my dad in chat over there. Bismarck, you guys are good as well. Yep. I'm not expecting much of anything in North Dakota tonight, so you guys should mostly be good. All right, so we are watching that storm that is in Sauk Center right now. Well, these cameras don't work. Those are old. See, as this storm gets closer to Minnesota, we'll be able to see some more camis. Alrighty, let's zoom out here. Like I said, we are watching Sauk Center here with a Torpos severe thunderstorm warning. NATO with the galaxy. Dude, I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love for you, as always. I appreciate it. Guys, make sure you guys do give love to my gifters in chat, please. I do appreciate them. Thank you, thank you, thank you once again. Means a lot, seriously. You guys are awesome. What's up, Alicia? Doing well, doing well. Guys, we did 7-hour coverage last night for a pretty wild night. Last night, I would say, was pretty wild. Had some good 70 and 80 mile an hour severe thunderstorm warnings out there. Definitely for sure validated. That is for sure. So not a lot going on right now across the board here. Like I said, it is still very, very early in the night, though. Excuse me. Texas, you guys are fine. Not expecting anything. Okay. Yeah, Bismarck was loud last night. That's for sure. You guys definitely had your storms come through last night. Could have been a little bit worse. I did see. I went back and looked at the radar reflectivity after we got off stream at 1 o'clock this morning, and we did have a couple of tornadoes last night that were unwarned across eastern North Dakota. I was not excited to see that. It seemed to be that the National Weather Service last night and Bismarck was off their rocker last night a little bit, but that happens. I wouldn't be shocked to get a tornado warning here in a minute. We may get our first tornado warning here for Sauk Center here in central Minnesota. If you are in Sauk Center, West Union, Little Sauk, Ward Springs, Gray Eagle, I would be making my way potentially to my safe place here. There is some rotation with this. It does appear possible we could get a tornado warning on this. Definitely is possible. No, Sauk Center. Yeah, most people are seeing some showers. This is the only severe thunderstorm warning that we have in Minnesota right now. Everybody else is okay. So this is the one we're watching. All right. Is this the main storm? Yeah, this is our main severe weather threat for tonight. We're just kind of getting things started, guys. This is mostly going to be an all-nighter for you guys in Minnesota. And then it'll go into Wisconsin. Once again, if you're joining in, do hit that follow button. I do appreciate you guys. We are also live on YT. If you want to head over there and sub for free, you can as well. Very much appreciated. Yeah, our stream last night was 7 hours and 53 minutes, so we've done a lot of coverage. We will continue to do lots of coverage. Hold on 1 second. What's up, Natalie? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I am double checking on something. Oh, wow. We just had a wow. We just had a 2.6 earthquake just north of Evansville, Indiana, guys. Just southern Indiana. It's not far from our neck of the woods down here in Kentucky. That's a little random. Yeah, it's a baby. You're not going to feel it too much just because it's under so far deep in the ground. No, I didn't feel it. No, it's so deep in the ground, guys. I'll look at it here. Yeah, it was 10 kilometers deep. You're not going to feel it. I don't even think they felt it up there. It just pops up when we get the alerts, though. It was in Cynthiana, Indiana, just east of Poseyville. Was where the epicenter was at on that. Yeah, we'll do another tropics update. I'm waiting for some overnight model runs to come in. I will say, guys, I will say this. This is, we're still a long ways out. We're starting to see the ensembles potentially curving out to sea. That would be the most amazing blessing ever. Because whatever happens this week in the tropics or next week in the tropics, it's not going to be good. It's going to more than likely become a major hurricane next week. We probably will have a major hurricane at some point next week. It's just, where does it go? Hopefully we get a recurve out to sea. That would be the best case scenario. We are starting to see both the GEFS ensembles and the European ensembles start to introduce a curve. If that happens, we'll be set. What we don't want to see is a southern track, and that would be going toward the United States. So we'll see what happens. We've still got 10 to 15 days before we can get to that point. So we'll be talking about it each day. Yes, the fair is ongoing as well. There's a lot of fairs that are ongoing. So the fact that we're seeing rotation here in this area is not good. I would expect a tornado warning to be issued here in the not too distant future on that storm. That's the one we've got pulled up right now. Yeah, and that's the thing too. When you have a major earthquake like the one that happened in Russia, you can see aftershocks for weeks and weeks and weeks after, and it's right on the plate subduction zone there, where it happened at. So you can see multiple more. It's very much normal. As crazy as it seems that it's happening because it's breaking news when it happens, it happens a lot more than people think. Tornado threat tomorrow is not too bad. It's southern Wisconsin down into northern Illinois and Iowa. We're gonna hit on that once the update comes out tonight too. I plan on staying up past 1 a.m. tonight. That's my plan. Dew points tonight in southern Minnesota. Y'all are gonna hate me for saying it, but they are moist, up almost pushing 80-degree dew points tonight. So we are in the upper 70s, very very moist. I love how that's the first username that I see comment after I say that. The moisture is moistening. Yep. Let's see here. Yeah, the corn sweat doesn't help either. This is moving into Sauk Center, so if we do get a tornado warning, it will be for Sauk Center, like dead smack in the middle. That rotation is going straight northeast. All right. Do you like sweet corn? It's okay. I like sweet corn. I don't really care for creamy corn. I used to like it as a kid growing up. I'm not a fan of it anymore. It's kind of like that weird texture. It's like when you eat something growing up for a while, and then you stop eating it because you just the texture of it. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it anymore. I'm weird. There's not a tornado near Sauk Center, but there's very strong rotation, which means there could be something here pretty soon. It's not impossible. All right, I'm putting this up here too. I forgot to put that up there. There we go. So it is there. Peaches and cream sweet. Okay, that sounds actually pretty good. I could do peaches and cream. That sounds pretty good. Fishing sounds fun, not gonna lie. All right, let's zoom out here. Weather drops. I had somebody do it custom for me. So once again, Storm's got some pretty decent rotation. It's not by far anything impressive. I wonder too if we're gonna get a squall line out of this because I'm starting to notice it's kind of like a cold front forcing here a little bit. Starting to see some pop up little rain storms down south down there, but this is the one that we're watching. Alrighty. Like I said, I'm also tracking and watching our new model runs that are coming out, so we'll keep you guys updated on that. It's about time to get our Hall of Fame Fantasy GFS run. You guys ready to see where the GFS takes our hurricane this time? This morning, it was Texas, and tonight, or this evening, it was out to sea. So we'll see where our happy medium is on our GFS run tonight. Does anybody have... Okay, let me ask this. Does anybody have any bets on where our system is going to go this time on this run? I always like to ask that. It couldn't go to California this time. It wouldn't be able to go over there. Probably. I don't know. Honestly, no on that one. Stormy could have been just a boundary there. Backwards. My bet would say Florida too. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Once it starts to run here, we'll pull it up and we'll watch it. It typically takes about an hour for the whole thing to run. It's 300 hours out, so it's gonna go to Ohio. That would be wild. Well, if we had Hurricane Beryl make landfall last year in early July in Texas/Louisiana, and it brought one of the worst tornado outbreaks I've ever seen to the Ohio Valley. Gotta watch those remnants. They can do some wild things. All right, I'm gonna zoom back in here on this warning. All right, so once again, a little bit of rotation here just south of Sauk Center. Getting across over 94 here in the next 5 to 10 minutes is what we're watching for. That's crazy, XCap. Yeah, we're not going to have a lot of severe weather next week, guys. We're really just going to be tracking the tropics. That's going to be the biggest story out of the whole week. So we'll be keeping you guys updated with that. Any storm's going to pop up behind the cold front? I don't think so. Maybe some showers, but typically when the cold front comes through, we shouldn't see any issues. You guys ready for fall severe weather season? Are you guys ready for it? Just like spring, except it's in the fall. That'll be kicking off here in the next month or so. Not that it already hasn't been persisting, but it's where things get really interesting. What's up, Katie? Fall severe weather season is the second season in fall. It typically goes from like September, November into winter. You can get tornado outbreaks and severe weather outbreaks, guys, in the fall. It's just like winter time when you have the seasons changing. When you've got cold air coming out of the north, warm air coming out of the Gulf, same setup. Sometimes they can be worse in spring. Just depends on the setups. We get our big troughs back, our jet streaks that are over 100 miles per hour. We get our low-level jets that are over 80 miles per hour. So it's about that time of the year where we start to see that stuff come back. Once again, if you're in Minneapolis, guys, your storms will probably be in the next couple of hours. It could be through the overnight hours, too. The severe weather threat tonight's very, very weird how it's setting up. So we'll just kind of see what happens. Hurricanes, too, yep. Does Lake Superior change weather? No. That's not a proven thing. Here comes the OZ. Oh, I can't wait to see the models tonight. Hutchinson, Minnesota tonight. Just be weather aware. I believe you're in that watch. Most of Minnesota's in the watch for tonight. Yeah. Till 4 a.m. Central Time. Oh, I appreciate that, Alicia. That means a lot. I appreciate it. Hopefully we can get out of getting a hurricane next week. That would be super awesome. I'm okay with that option. I prefer that option, honestly. All right, so once again, still watching the storm track east-northeast here. It's got about 19 minutes left on it. We're going to keep it on this storm because this is the only storm we've got to watch. All right, I'm checking another model run here. Yeah, I don't know that that's going to happen, Katie. Looks like it's going to be pretty active. Oh, the Euro AI had a doomsday hurricane run. It puts a Cat 5 into New Orleans. That's what the Euro AI did. I just think it's so funny how people can listen to this stuff. Look at this. So you guys know, you guys have watched enough for a while, and if you haven't, this is a learning point. But when model runs try to simulate stuff like this over 200 hours out, it's just crazy. I mean, look at this. We just had our system come off the coast of Africa, and it's trying, like the Euro AI model here is trying to put a Cat 5 making landfall in New Orleans next Saturday. Ain't that crazy? Actually, that's 2 Saturdays out. That's crazy. I would be shocked if that happened. That's what we call a doomsday run. like if the National Weather Service, or not the National Weather Service, if the National Hurricane Center had to make a cone, like a cone now, like if they physically had to do the cone, this is what it would look like. It would be huge because this is where all the ensembles are at. Most of the ensembles are out here, not over here. I mean, the Euro AI just wants New Orleans wiped off the map, and I don't know why. That seems to be a thing. Crazy. We're just now starting to get the GFS to render in, so the GFS will be fun to watch. Well, that's the thing. There's a lot of people out there that are not educated in the weather, that don't know how this stuff works, don't know what an ensemble is, don't know what a weather model is, and they see something like that. And the people that are out there, this is what really breaks my heart, and I hate it. Because there's people that go through storms like Helene last year and Milton that have trauma from it, and they see something like that and they flip out because they don't know what to make of it. They just believe it because they don't have any understanding of meteorology, and that's where I can't stand people. So anytime I see somebody that pops up on my social media page or my face or my For You page, and they've got something talking about like that and they don't explain it or say it's not going to happen, I instantaneously report them and then I block them because it's just absolutely insane. Sometimes I'll leave a comment to give them a little lesson in their chat, and then a lot of times it'll get muted and deleted because that's just how people are. But it's just insane what people do to scare people to make money now these days, because every platform is monetized. If somebody can put a model run out there that's over 300 hours out and know that it's going to get a bunches of views and make a good $1,000 plus off of it, they'll do it. They don't care what the impacts are on it. They don't care what the repercussions are. That's what sucks about the world that we live in right now, is people don't give a shit about other people's emotions. It's not okay. Oh, Threads is bad. Threads is awful. I bet it's awful. It's absolutely disgusting to watch Threads with that stuff. You guys will never, I have been doing weather coverage for over 8 years. You will never see me ever fearmonger or do anything like that. Absolutely not. I don't care if I was in a financial hole. I would never do something like that. Not one ever time will I think about doing that. I don't believe in that. Not going to happen. If you're going to do weather content, you got to do it the right way. If you're going to be in the weather field, you got to do it the right way. Not that bullcrap. I am from Western North Carolina. My hometown got destroyed last year by Helene. I'm from Asheville. I lived there for 22 years, graduated high school there. My whole family's there. I watched my family go from Helene, watching it from the outside in Kentucky last year. I wasn't able to talk to my family for over 7 to 10 days, wondering if they were alive, wondering if they were dead. That was the worst traumatic experience that I could have seen from the outside. I wasn't there to go through it. They were there to go through it. So, and we went back there this year in May to go down there because I went down there for my cousin's wedding, and we went down there to see everything. The grocery store that I worked at, gone. Everything that I lived and went through as a kid growing up, pretty much changed and gone. So these things impact people, and when they see that going into the next season, it's gonna trigger some things, and it's not good. So it's wild. But that's what I'm saying. And like I said, that's the thing about it is we've talked about this since like my job is to get you guys prepped for hurricane season, severe weather season, which is year round, winter weather season, which here in the not too distant future we'll be talking winter weather in the next 2 to 3 months. We'll be talking winter weather. So the biggest thing is I try to get people prepped. I try to get people ready to go in advance. We've been talking about hurricane season since June. We've had 3 named storms, haven't done too much other than cause a lot of flooding, which has been enough. And now we're getting into the heart of hurricane season where we've got August, September, and October to get through because it's peak season. And we've got model runs that are spitting out these scenarios, which they do every single year. It happens every single year. And you've got your same people, if not more people, that come out of the dark, that come out of hiding to post these model runs that it does worse. It does so bad. And it makes people like me and every other meteorologist and weather enthusiast out there that does what I do, it makes our jobs a lot harder to get that information out to people because people are fear mongering, because people want to make money, because of all this stuff. It's just crazy. It's insanity. I may not be a degree meteorologist, but I've probably called more severe weather outbreaks, tornado outbreaks, and hurricanes than any other of these people have ever done in their lives. And that says something. Half of these people that post weather content won't even get on live stream to talk about it. They'll post a model run, shove it up there, and then they're done with it. Half of these people won't sit on for 7 to 20 hours and cover severe weather events every single night either, will they? No. It's crazy. So I will vouch for that every single time. I will not let that happen. Not a thing in my world. If I see it gone. Granted, I might be wrong about some calls. Honestly, guys, when I give y'all a forecast each morning and I say, hey, there might be a severe weather outbreak, like yesterday, for instance, we were thinking, yesterday was going to be a big day for severe weather, and we did get some pretty nasty wind reports last night, but it didn't live up to the higher end scenarios that were being forecasted. I hope and pray every time that I give out a forecast that's calling for a significant event that it busts every time. That is my plans. I don't care if I'm wrong about it. I give you guys the forecast. I give you the information, the scenarios that could happen. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. Hopefully it's never right because we don't want those things to happen. So I always get the people in my comment section that are like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about because you were wrong or because nothing's happening at that moment in time that they're seeing the video. And then I get people that go back and recomment on my videos from days ago that say, oh, nothing happened in my area. Good. I hope nothing happened in your area because we don't want it to. But there's people out there that wish that their house would get destroyed by tornadoes and stuff, and it's crazy. It blows my mind. Yeah, the Carolinas are not going to get a Cat 5. No, like that's the people that make these videos are wild. It blows my mind. Like, we got the GFS run the other night that posted 2 Cat 5s, one on one side of Florida, on the other one, the one that really went viral on social media. It was all over social media. And people are trying to justify it and say that a model run over 360 hours out is believable when it's not. I'm going to tell you guys right now, and this is what I hope happens. I'm being honest with you. Going back here to the ensembles, this is my thoughts and my hope and my prayers here. If we do, in fact, get a major hurricane by the end of next week, and this is coming up here towards the major development region, I hope and pray that this thing goes out to sea and every single one of these people are wrong. I do. I really, really do. Because if we do get a major hurricane headed toward the East Coast next week and going into the week after that, it is not going to be good for half these people on the East Coast. The water temperatures are so dadgum warm. They are ready to go for rapid intensification. And that would be worst case scenario. We do not want to see that. So I hope and pray that all of these forecasts that these people are giving out, these fearmongers, are wrong. We want to see a recurve. We don't want to see that. Not at all. These people that are forecasting this stuff and saying that it's going to validate are going to look like not very smart people when it doesn't do that. I will never, ever, ever give a forecast over 7 days out with a hurricane. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I will mention United States impacts in a 5 to 7 day range, not a 10 to 15 day range. That's impossible to do. We do have a mesoscale discussion for watch possible in southern Nebraska and northwest Kansas here. They may issue a severe thunderstorm watch up here. We'll see what they do. It would be mostly a wind and a hail threat up here. So just a heads up on that to you guys. But yeah, it's wild to me. I appreciate all the follows, guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of you guys in here that support and watch every day. There are so many people that watch here on the channel, both on YT and here on TikTok, and I appreciate it. Even there are people that watch that are not even in risk zones. They just come in here to learn, or they come in here to just hang out, and I appreciate it. You guys are real, and y'all are awesome, and it means a lot, seriously. next week when we're just talking tropics, if there's ever weeks where we go through and we just don't have any weather going on, which has been very rare this year, there's been a couple days out of a week or two where we don't have anything going on. It drives me crazy because I can't get on here and talk to you guys about weather. It blows my mind. I'm like, when's the next storm going to get here? When's the next conversation of something going to get here? Because there's always something to talk about. Yeah, if you're ever going to get into forecasting weather or you're going to post weather content on your social media page, you always want to look at ensembles, especially with tropics. Over 7 days out, you want to look at ensembles. Even within the 5-day range, looking at ensembles is okay. Then you look at your dermatistic runs, kind of in between. But these single model runs that you guys, like I said, are seeing on social media are wrong. It is so wrong. So wrong on so many ways. And those people, I bet you, and this is what these people do, is they post those videos and then they wait for it to either validate or not validate. And once it doesn't happen and it doesn't go the way they thought it was going to go, they'll remove their video and it's gone. And people will never know that the person did it. So, yep, I won't underplay and I won't overplay. I give you the facts. I give you the information. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And we cover it all the way through the event. So best bet, if there is a hurricane coming toward the United States next week, we will be on 24/7 covering it from landfall all the way through. From before landfall, through landfall, and after landfall. That is when I lose most of my sleep, is during hurricane season, most of the time. I love Max. He is awesome. So. Oh yeah, I'm telling you guys, I'm pretty sure on a roughly basis, I get some type of videos that pop up on my FYP page that do that. Yeah, when those people post it's fear mongering, and it's insane. It's crazy to me. All right, we do got a new Tor Pos severe thunderstorm warning here. Excuse me. This is going to be for Sauk Center, Melrose, and War Springs here at Ward Springs, and you can actually see on this. This is a discrete supercell here. Excuse me. That looks very impressive with the hook and everything here. You can actually see that rotation is just crossing over Interstate 94 here. I covered, okay, so here's the deal with Helene. I'll talk to you guys. We sat on stream for 7 days in a row. 7 days for, when Helene became a tropical, actually no, when Helene became an invest last year, I believe it was September 1st. Helene made landfall September 7th or 9th. I can't remember the exact date. But about 7 to 8 days prior, we were on here talking about it. We were forecasting it. We were watching it. A lot of the ensembles and support were showing, you know, it coming out of the Yucatan and going north. We sat on here for hours. I'm pretty sure I was on here 12 to 15 hours, 7 days before they happened. And then we covered for 24 hours, 22 to 24 hours, all the way up to landfall. I did have to get off once it made landfall because my family was about to get taken off the map, literally. And that happened. And I was not able to get on and cover after that because I was just not there mentally, guys. I was not able to talk to my family for 7 to 10 days. I was not able to know if they were alive. I was going through it, watching from the outside. My county, my town, Asheville, North Carolina, picked up over 36 inches of rain from Helene last year in a 48-hour window. Think about that. Comprehend that. That's how much water fell out of the clouds. Those mountains that are there, the Appalachian Mountains, they squeeze out more water. They allow for higher rainfall rates of 3 to 5, 6 inches an hour to happen. And on top of that, they did, in fact, see hurricane force winds up to 82 miles per hour. So in reality, I think Helene was considered as a geographical event. Basically, it happens every 1 in 100,000 years. It's not a 1,000 year storm; it's a 100,000 year storm. And it did wild things. Like I said, I've got pictures when we went down there back in May. I will never forget half of the things that I used to see growing up as a kid for 22 years are gone now. Like there's nothing left there. It's gone. Like I said, just not being able to know if my little sister, my 5-year-old sister was alive, not knowing if my mom, my brother, my dad, any of my family was alive. It's wild. You just don't know. You don't know. And when you start seeing fatality numbers of 300 and 400 people dying pop up and you still haven't heard from your family, it's like, Jesus Christ, what do you do? And at that time, we had other events happening after Helene. I was trying to get, our weather team together. I was trying to make sure we had everybody else prepared for events after that. It sucks. And ever since Helene last year, I've learned my lesson. I will do everything in my power I can to make sure everybody's ready to go for things in advance. And not that I didn't do that before, but it just makes me more aware in front of that. So when I see people, like I said, back to the fear mongering, when I see people posting stuff like that, I lived through that. And I know the people that have gone through that way will live through that again. They will be like, hey, they'll be under more precaution because of that. So it is, it was, I will never forget walking through that last year. It was awful. I may have not gone through it physically, but watching it, forecasting it, and seeing it unfold, I remember having to call my mom and my cousin and say, hey, like, if you guys don't go to the grocery store, you may not get out of your house for several days. And the rainfall rates that were coming down, I just wild, wild, wild stuff. I will never live that down again. Crazy. Hopefully we never see something like that again anytime soon, but Helene was almost a Cat 5. Helene went from a Cat 1 to a Cat 4. So I will show you guys again here. I believe I've got... Hold on a second. Let me pull it up here. I'm going to go to the NHC archive, see if they have the cone on here. Hold on one second. I'm trying to find it here. Oh, Claire, thank you for the racing. I appreciate that. I just now saw that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you guys give love to Claire in the chat, please. She's freaking awesome. She is awesome. I appreciate her. Okay, so this was the last track leading up to before major hurricane status. This is, I'm going to show you guys this. This is not now. This is old. This was Helene's path, okay? Before anybody in the chat says, oh, is this happening now? No, it's not. This was Helene. This was Helene. Mesomat lives in this cone. The fact that I was in this cone, here is the issue, right? So let's say this was at 7 p.m. This was on, I believe, September 25th. So this was Wednesday, September 25th when this advisory had came out last year, right? So we're sitting down here last year. We're watching Helene getting ready to become a Cat 1 hurricane. It went from a Cat 1 hurricane on September 25th and made landfall as a Cat 4, almost Cat 5. It hit the loop current. There's a warm water loop current that sits underneath the west side of Florida. And when a tropical system or hurricane hits that loop current, it's going to rapid intensify because of the warm water temperatures that are associated. We typically get water temperatures off the coast here around 90 plus miles per hour. And so what happened was it became a major hurricane. It kept strengthening all the way up to landfall. And I want you guys to watch this cone, because if you're sitting in North Carolina, this is where I grew up. I grew up in this area. You're sitting here 3 days before landfall and you're like, all right, like, you know, what do you tell your family? I'm over here in Kentucky. What do you tell your family? What do you tell people to do? We're preparing everybody down here, but we're also thinking when a tropical system runs through, the dirty side is what it's known as, the east quadrant, the top right and top bottom of your tropical system, are going to have the most rainfall. They're going to have the tornadoes. They're going to have the higher wind threats. And so watch this forecast, guys. Remember, this is why we have to pay attention to forecast all the way up to landfall, because you're going to see 3 days before, watch this. We go all the way up to landfall. We're getting closer and closer and closer. Watch how quickly this cone shifts all the way up to landfall. I mean, it's just wild. It changes so much. And you ended up getting a wind field of over 300 miles out with tropical storm, almost hurricane force winds. It was insane. I mean, you can't get hurricanes right. You're never going to be able to predict it spot on. It's either going to shift a couple of miles to the west, to the east, to the north. And we were also dealing with that low pressure. We had what was called the Fujiwara effect. We had a low pressure over in Arkansas. Ended up moving up here. We ended up getting a good 5 to 6 inches of rainfall from it. It was insane. What in the world was that? What was that? Craft Kitty, guys, can we please get some W's? That was absolutely insane. Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You did not have to do that. I appreciate that. Can somebody please pin Claire and her one at a time, please, in chat? I appreciate that beyond words. You did not have to do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Very, very much. I appreciate that. I got to give you a follow back as well. I appreciate it very, very much. Oh my goodness. Once again, thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Claire, Craft Kitty, thank you. Beyond words. Wait a second. Did you do that on both of your accounts? Oh my gosh. Guys, that's also Claire. She's also part of my weather team. I appreciate that. You did not have to do that. I appreciate you. Me and we're going to have a talk later when I get off stream tonight. Best bet. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you guys give her some love. But as I was saying though, Helene just it's just something. It blows your mind. It just blows your mind. Um, but yeah, that was the initial path. Hopefully that's not something we have to deal with again anytime soon. But a lot of people focus on that cone, and when you're looking at the center is where that cone typically goes, or where the cone basically defines where the center of the storm goes, and it can either go outside of the cone, to the west, to the east. This is where those worst impacts were. People were not prepared in North Carolina for this at all. People were not ready for it. They were forecasting, I think, up to a foot of rainfall in some areas, but we ended up getting 2 to 3 feet of rain. So you never know. That's why you have to pay attention to forecast all the ways up to last minute, just because you never know what's going to happen. That's the biggest thing. It turned very quickly and it shifted very quickly. So we were just running through Helene from last year, kind of talking about it. So I always like to do a bit of weather analysis. Once again, Claire, I appreciate you beyond words. You did not have to do that. That was really freaking cool, by the way. That was awesome. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I like I said, when I tell my family this year that hurricane season was getting ready to get going, I actually called my mom today and I said, heads up, we may get something next week toward the East Coast. And it's just like, you can just see the instant, like, I hate saying that, but I like to give my family a heads up a week plus in advance, just because it's always a possibility. They know when I call, it's whenever. But I said, hey, like, just heads up, something may be coming late next week, but it's not set in stone yet. And, you can kind of see my mom was just like, like, oh my goodness. So yeah. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Crazy stuff. But hopefully we don't have to see anything like that again. Alrighty. So we still have a Torpos severe thunderstorm warning. This one does not look as impressive anymore. Looks like we lost that rotation on this storm. Matthew, I want my lightning. That's going to be a hard one to get to you there. It's going to be a little bit hard. We'll see what we can do. Oh, Claire, I think I followed you back on your other one. I did. There we go. Yeah, I dread the time of the year too. I hate forecasting. I hate talking about it. If we could just go through hurricane season without there being anything, that'd be great too. But that's not typically, sadly, how that works. I'm really hoping and praying this thing just recurves. I really do. Now, Manders, the new 3Z, the O3Z coming out. There you go. There you go. May not be much of anything too crazy, but there you go. What is expected next week? We're going to run over our global pattern here in a little bit. I'm going to let our OOZ GFS run in. It is rendering now. What's really interesting too, and I need to actually, let's take a look at tropical tidbits here. Let's see if we've got this thing cranking out yet or not. I have so many tabs up here. It's ridiculous. Let's see if we have, is it out here? Okay, so they've not officially designated our wave yet, which is really weird. Yeah, so here is our tropical wave. This is our wave right here. This is what could potentially become our first hurricane of the season. That wave right there. You're looking at this and you're like, there's not much here. This is going to take about 10 to 15 days to get all the way up into the United States. So like I said, we are trying to forecast something that's not even there yet. I mean, it's there, but it's not anything. It's not an invest. It's not a tropical depression. It's not a tropical storm. We're trying, these computer models are trying to forecast this into something major. That's where the error happens. Like I said, that's where you have to watch the error here with our modeling, because there's not much here yet. So we're going to have to see how much convection gets going. We've also got another wave that'll be coming off the coast behind it here, but this is going to be what everybody's talking about. It's going to be coming toward potentially the United States next week. It's, like I said, a long ways out. Something we're watching for very, very, very closely here. So behind it looks worse. Yeah, a lot of times we've got a very active MJO too. So we're kind of changing phases with our major Julian oscillation. And so it's allowing these different waves to come off here. What is going on tonight? That's actually I don't know how Claire knew that, but that's actually my favorite gift on TikTok. You can ask Rochelle. That is what Rochelle used to send me during our dating phase when we first met. That's actually really wild. Claire, you don't have to do that. I appreciate it beyond words. Hold on. I got to get Rochelle in here for a second. Hold on a minute. Ro's going to come get you, Claire. She's on her way. Guys, if you do not follow Claire, please, please, please give her a freaking follow. She doesn't have to do that. She's very much appreciated. She works her butt off on this team, and I appreciate her. She needs to be grinding on Fortnite instead of sending me her gift money. She needs to be using that for Fortnite instead. She likes me so. I'll have Ro come in here and say hey to you guys here in a second. You didn't have to do that. That's enough. I will block you from gifting. I appreciate it. I really appreciate you did not have to do that. All right. Now, Claire's awesome, guys. She's amazing. She's a huge asset to my team, and I really appreciate her, as well as everybody else on my team is. She's amazing. I appreciate her. Yeah, what are we looking at? So we are watching our tropical wave here. This is coming off the coast of Africa. This is what all the hype is on social media about a major hurricane coming to the United States next week. We'll see if it gets there. We've got a lot of time to watch this. Really, the next 5 to 7 days here is really going to tell if this thing gets going. You can see some pretty deep convection here. We'll see how this thing looks tomorrow at this time right now. But as you can see, the little area of invest that we were watching a couple days ago that was supposed to become something didn't. But this is going to be moving a little bit further to the south here in a little bit more in a favorable environment. So we'll have to see how this unfolds. And you can see the latest GFS model here that is coming in right now. This is that wave right here. You can see that wave on the bottom of your screen. Watch what the GFS does. This is what the GFS has been doing here consistently over the last couple of hours now. And it's taken this thing. I mean, the GFS really likes the idea of this becoming a tropical depression by Sunday, which not impossible. So I will say this now. It would not shock me to see our first hurricane cone by Sunday. If the GFS were to be right with this and the Euro, I think the Euro is a little bit waits a little bit longer toward the beginning of the week to get it. We could have our first advisory by Sunday. I think it's possible. We'll see how this gets going. If we get our first cone, it'll really tell us where this thing's going to go, because the faster a low develops, the faster we get this thing organized, the better shot we got of calling this thing way earlier in advance. If you guys kind of get what I'm picking up here, that's typically how this works. So the faster this becomes a system, the better, we're going to watch. And, here we go with it. The GFS model, this is the GFS model, has a hurricane by this Tuesday. That is the GFS model. So we are talking our first hurricane of the year by Tuesday afternoon. That is what the GFS model is latching onto the idea of. That's pretty quick. We're Saturday. Today is Saturday. Tomorrow will be Saturday. That's pretty quick. So we will see which model is better really here in the not too distant future. 4 days potentially here. But we still got a long ways to go. And like I said, a lot of things are going to play a factor here. We got a high up here. We've got a high up here. Typically with this type of a pattern, it's going to suppress your system to the south a little bit more. But the GFS model is, once again, and you're going to see this right here. You got another low that pops up behind it. But I want you guys to understand the water temperatures are absolutely just hostile. When I tell you we are about to have a rapid intensifying storm, if this verifies and we do get this storm and it pushes up here towards that direction, the water temperatures are very warm. We're going to see something happen. It's going to rapid intensify. Every single conspiracy theorist in the world is going to say, oh, it's HARP. Oh, it's weather modification. No, this is the sea surface temperatures being very, very warm during peak hurricane season, allowing for a rapid intensification of a storm to happen. So this is a perfect environment for this storm to go absolute insanity Can't rule out a major hurricane. 100% on the table. And you can see, where does it go after that? This is next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we're looking at this still sitting out here. So you guys can see there's so much time. We have lots of time to watch this. It's not hitting the panic button now. Next Tuesday and Wednesday, if this in fact is a Cat 1, Cat 2 hurricane and it's sitting out here in the Atlantic Ocean and we've still got ensembles heading this direction, that's when I'm going to pull the plug and say, all right, if you're on the East Coast, you need to be watching. If you're on the East Coast, you need to be watching it anyways. It doesn't matter if, regardless of that, we're in peak hurricane season. You need to be watching it regardless. You need to be in that prep. If you've got stuff to prep, if you've got family and friends you need to prep, now is the time you should be doing that. So, yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. Every day that we get closer to this, I don't like to see it, but I have to remember in the back of my mind that things can change. For a forecast can change, something can move, something can shift. That's the biggest thing with it. So, cap is holding, yeah, the cap is holding strong tonight. We don't have any more severe thunderstorm warnings. We may not get much of any severe weather tonight, which is fine. I'm completely okay with that. We have a pretty strong capping inversion for much of this area, so we'll see what happens. Not much going on right now. So, a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings down in Nebraska and up into Kansas, but not anything super, super, super crazy. But I like watching these models render because it's always interesting. It looks too, as well, that tropical wave that I was talking about behind. There's another one that's going to come out, but this would be Hurricane Aaron potentially by Tuesday or Wednesday. So does it curve out? Does it go this direction? Does it go this direction? Does it go this direction? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So something we're watching here very closely. So, alrighty. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm hoping for a curve out. I'm gonna wait and see. Our GFS ensembles will be coming out here pretty soon as well. So, like I said, this is the latest European ensembles, and you can see the wide variety. Like, most of them agree that this is clearly going to go in the path of, the West Central Atlantic here, but where does it go after that? You got all of this motion, it's so unknown. And like I said, that's where we get to La La Land, where we're still trying to figure out what's going to happen with this. So there are so many scenarios to the north, to the south, to the west, to the east. I mean, it's so difficult. It's ridiculous when you're trying to forecast a hurricane. No, we will not have an estimate on a potential United States impact, if that's in fact where it goes, until the end of next week. We're talking Thursday, Friday. Because most of the models have this landfalling between the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd. So we'll kind of see here. So I'm hoping we start to see a trend where the curl. I want to see, this was the last model run, the GFS that updated this afternoon at 5 p.m. This was that hurricane, and then watch what it did. This was the same storm on the GFS. Watch what it does. That's what we want to see. We want to see it curl out. We don't want to see it go to Canada, but we want to see it curl out. That's a good scenario right there. Okay. We'll see what the OOZ does here tonight. But right now, oh, wait a second. Hold on a minute. We're going to do a trend here. Hold on a second. I don't like that. I think that's a shift south. Hold on a moment. It's a dermatistic run too, so it's already shifted south about 25 miles on the OOZ run, which is not what we want to see. Once again, it's a dermatistic run, so it's one single model run. So we'll have to wait for the new GFS ensembles to update. This is what we're going to wait on, is the OOZ to come out. Which it's now updating now, so we're going to get these new ensemble runs into. Where is my model trends? Let's see here. Okay, this is the trend here. I want you guys to see this. Let me go to the... So you guys were all seeing this morning. This will show all of the days or all of the runs for the whole day, I'm pretty sure. Let me pull it up. I'm trying to find where it's at this afternoon. Okay, let me go back to the 180 hour out mark, I think. No, hold on. Okay, so watch this, guys. So this is what we call a model trend. It's the last 6 to 8 runs of the GFS over the last 2 days. It'll just kind of show the same hour time frame of where we're looking at. So we'll take this run here. So this was on the 6th. So this was 2 days ago at 6 o'clock in the morning. The GFS model ran. This is where that tropical wave was at. So the tropical wave wasn't even seen yet as a hurricane or anything on the GFS 2 days ago. Watch the next couple of runs, the same time frame, so you can see, you'll see the positioning of it here. Ready? You see how much it's changed? Same time frame run, just 4 different model runs of the same thing. You can see how much it's shifted around over the last 6+ hour frames. This is why we're in the unknown of where it's going to be at. We have no idea. Absolutely no idea where it's going to go. It's just all over the place. So that's what we call a trend. Let's see if the trends are lining up now with it. Yeah, so this is what this is good. This is good. This is a good trend. So this is 135 hours out with the last 8 GFS model runs over the last 2 days. So this is the low right here, right? This is the low right here. This was 2 days ago where the low was at 2 days ago. And you'll see the last 8 GFS model runs. You'll see it move around. Ready? The day before. So pretty consistent over 130 hours out. That's something believable. So that is 8 of the GFS model runs over 130 hours out. That's believable. Pretty consistent. It's when we get past that mark where we're trying to figure out what's going to happen. So 130 hours would be next Thursday, basically. So pretty good consistency so far with Thursday. It's a 7-day window. I'm biased on that. Yeah, and we did just see that shift south. I mean, you can see the difference. So let's take all 4 of the GFS runs today. So this was the GFS run from last night. There's the low 111 right there. GFS run from this morning shifts it a little bit further to the west. GFS run at lunchtime, right in the same area. GFS run this afternoon, 990. And then a huge shift south just now. That is a huge difference between the 5 o'clock run this afternoon and tonight. That's a difference. So you guys can understand how hard it is to forecast a tropical system. It is ridiculous. This is what I have to stare at all day long, every single day, to give you guys weather updates. It's very, very tricky to forecast this stuff. It's not just something you can just throw up on a piece of pen and paper and throw a graphic up and say, oh, it's coming. Big difference here. And this is not the difference we want to see. We don't want to see the shift south, because the shift south puts us in a better charted territory of getting something out of it. The further north this is, the better chance we have of a recurl, because this high is going to pull it to the northeast. That's not what we want to see. We don't want to see that shift. I do not like this. And it's already got a 987. So it's seeing the wave, and it's now, doing what it needs to do with it. I did, Aiden. That's true too, but it's fine. All right, here's the latest run. Yeah. So 6Z, OOZ. 6Z, OOZ. Same model run, 138 hours out. Big shift south. Not good. Yeah, they are aiming for it too. So more than likely, we're going to see this GFS model run go this direction, probably. That's what I'm thinking. Either it's going to go here or it's going to go here. More than likely. That's just this run, though. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. We're going to be doing live updates every single day this week going forward. We're going to be covering this thing if it happens. I am ready to go. We'll be good to go here. So, team no sleep. So, I appreciate you guys. No, I'm going to see. Yeah, you probably will, Casey. You probably will. One model run. Sounds about right. So I was just watching the model consistency here again. All right, let me go back to just the main run, and we'll watch it come in, because I'm curious to see the differences again. The fact that we've got a 982 millibar Cat 2 next Friday is wild. And then there's our second wave behind it. So more than likely, in a real weather scenario here, you've got such a strong high pressure up here and another high kind of sitting over here. It's going to keep this thing forced to the south. Getting a recurve, I really hope happens. I'm just hoping and praying that we get a recurve. That's what we want to see. But in this type of a scenario, it's just very hard to see that with the pressure, the high pressures being up the north. So this is over 144 hours out. So this is what I'm a little bit concerned about is, we're now in 6-day range. We could have a Cat 2 out here in, the Atlantic. This is just one run. So like I said, we're going to look at these ensembles. The ensembles are updating right now as well. Once again, this is our tropical wave. There it is. So this is what will become potentially Aaron. What will be Tropical Storm Aaron / Hurricane Aaron. When was the last Cat 5 that made landfall as a Cat 5? When was that? Michael, October 10th, 2018. That was the Florida Panhandle as well. Yep. I should have known that one. I didn't cover that. I was still in high school at that time. Katrina was a landfalling 3. Was a Cat 5, but landfalling 3. Last year, Milton hit Tampa. It was a 3. I got you beat, Lizard. Lizard. Well, I thought Rochelle was coming in here, but I guess she's not. I thought she was. So this thing will be very interesting to watch. I would expect the National Hurricane Center will update this to probably an orange blob by tomorrow afternoon. I could see it. Let's just check radar here again. All right, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Paynesville and headed towards the St. Joseph area here in western Minnesota. So we're watching out for that. No rotation or anything on it though, which is good. But I am watching these GFS. I'm going to continue to watch these GFS ensembles as they come in. So there's that low. That's what we're watching. We're going to see the spaghetti models here again in a minute. Jesus. Yeah, this is a big shift south on the OOZ. So your main dermatistic model runs that you really want to pay attention to is going to be the OOZ and the 12Z GFS. They're just longer. They're more accurate in terms of predicting with the runs. We'll see what the Euro does tonight as well. But this will be next Friday morning. Cat 2, Cat 3, headed towards a very hostile environment. It's not what I want to see. I don't like that. It's already a big shift to the south compared to what the last run was. We're not going to panic or anything though, guys, because like I said, it's over 7 days out. So we're just observing. We're just watching. I just always like to explain how things work so you guys can understand, because you guys are going to see as we get closer to this event happening, if it does happen, you are going to see every single person that wants to make money on social media post this over and over and over so they can get their rent month payment or whatever to scare people. I did not, Katie. I need to watch that, and I've got a couple other things I got to watch too. So that's a big shift. I wonder if we're going to see this thing go to the Gulf again. Worst case scenario is if this just beelines into the Gulf. Oh yeah, storm surge goes up significantly. The higher the wind fields are, the more storm surge you're going to get because that water has to expand out. Oh, I'm waiting for it, Ethan. You have no idea, dude. I am waiting for it. Absolutely waiting for it. I don't post on X in the weather community because it's so toxic. I will watch and observe what other people do, and it's so funny. I did see it. I did see it, Dana. Yeah, it's a 2.6. I did see it. Laney, you missed the Euro AI. Laney, you missed the Euro AI update. You completely missed it. Hold on a second. You ready for this? Laney, it's right. It's a gift for you. I'm giving you a gift. Claire, good to have you back. Puts a 953 right over New Orleans and then just straight beeline towards you. That was the Euro AI. Yeah, Hurricane Patricia highest wind speeds were 215. I don't think, yeah, that was the record that was set. I'm pretty sure. Well, that was the last GFS run, so that was the last one. We'll see what this new one coming in does here. I'm mad. Why are you mad? Heather, you want some rain? I'm going to try and get you some. Jesus, 965. See, this is what really makes me nervous, okay? This is what I am like literally begging and praying does not happen is this thing strengthens so significantly before it even gets to the warmest parts of the ocean. Like we're mid temperatures out here, but we are boiling, almost boiling off the East Coast and into the Gulf. That's what I'm worried about is if we have a major hurricane already heading in this direction before it even gets close to rapid intensification, that's my concern. What is a 965? It'd be a 3, right on Cat 3 status most of the time. Most of the time. Something's telling me this is going to be a Hall of Fame run. I know, right, Ethan? It's crazy. I'm just waiting for the ensembles to update, too, still. This would happen. We're talking in about 15 days. Yeah, Lainey. Yep. I don't know why the ensemble still have this low up here. Hold on a minute. Let me go back to the run here. 963 is wild. Why is it? Hold on a minute. Where did the 18Z go with it? I want you guys to see the 18Z was so much. Look how the difference. Same time frame. This was the afternoon run at 6 o'clock this afternoon. That was the afternoon run. This is the midnight run. Big shift to the southwest. I don't want to see that. I don't like that. The further south this goes, the worse the worse the impacts would be for us. Big shift south. So 18Z GFS right here. OOZ. That's not something I like. Okay, thank you, Manders. You got such a capping inversion, Manders. You may see something, you may not. And then that one curls out. 956. 956 to 960. Worried too, if this stays further away from Bermuda, it's not going to get pulled. So typically in a fashion, when you've got a high pressure sitting up here, it would more than likely pull it because the high pressure is a little bit stronger. If this storm stays far enough to the south away from the high, there will not be a curl at all. It will be going straight for these areas. Yeah, Sunday, Monday, Heather, we should have a better idea. I'm very interested to see the ensembles now that we have a south shift. 958. A 958 next Saturday is absolutely insane. That'd be a Cat 4 almost. Remember, guys, we're in fantasy land right now. We are now after 7 days. We're in fantasy land. We're really in fantasy land after 5 days out, but I just want you guys to understand how complex the forecasting is with this. And then we get 2 more lows that come out right behind it. Yeah, once again, if you're in Florida all the way up to the Northeast, it's not time to panic. We're just talking. We're just kind of running through the different things, but you need to start getting prepared and just being mindful because it is that time of the year. So yeah, the GFS, the Euro, and the Euro AI have all been manifesting. And that's the thing, guys. We more than likely will get a major hurricane out of this. I'm very, very confident in there being that type of a scenario, just given the water temperatures being so warm. But where is it going to go is where nobody knows. That's the biggest thing. So I do think this time next week we will be talking about a major hurricane, if not a high-end hurricane. It's just like I said, where does it go? Yeah, Claire, go get you some rest, girl. I appreciate you again beyond words. You have no idea that seriously, you did amazing. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go get you some rest. So we're just trying to figure out where she's gonna go. Interesting how we have another little low popping up over here. Be interested to watch the Euro tonight too and see what it does. 952 is absolutely insane. 7 days out. Models are going to continue to flip, Jen, until we get an organized low pressure. So this is our, once again, this is live satellite. This is our tropical wave. It just came off the coast. So the models are trying to figure out where it's going to go, when it's going to strengthen, until we officially get an invest or a designated low. When it pops up and says invest 90 something L, like 97L will be probably what it is. When we get that official designation, then the hurricane models come out. We'll get a cone out. We'll get everything that we need. We'll start to really get an idea. So I think by Sunday night when we do our live stream, or more later than by Monday, we should have a pretty clear picture on where this might go potentially. It's just still playing around and we're waiting for it. So I would say by middle of next week, we're gonna know if this thing's coming our way or not. It's definitely up there. At least I have a better chance of it coming that way. So this is next Sunday. This would be next Sunday. We still have a ways to go. Next Sunday is what the GFS is putting out right now. It's a 9:51. For the Bahamas. I mean, dude, I feel for the Bahamas. I hope there's not anybody vacationing down there. That's what I'm really worried about is the Bahamas. Yeah, 940. Yep. So, we say we're in La La Land. This is a Hall of Fame run. This might make a run at sub 9. I wouldn't be shocked. I don't think I've ever seen a sub 9 GFS run though. Yeah, this would be wild. Yeah, honeymoons will be down there, weddings will be down there. If you guys have friends or family, like I said, don't panic anybody, but just say like, hey, like we may have something next week. It's at 9:51 before it enters the Gulf. Yeah. With the way that this is tracking, I still think this run will probably yank it this direction. I think that's where we're going. We'll see. Yeah, it's way too early to call. Yeah, we're just talking here. I just think it's always wild to see these runs, but in a serious situation though, guys, and this is where we can start to see if the GFS model is going to be right or if the European dermatistic. If we get up Sunday morning and we've got a named storm or close to a named storm at tropical depression status by Sunday, we're talking in 2 days, I will start to get concerned because the quicker this thing spins up and the quicker this thing starts to get itself together and organize, that gives us more chance for this to do more things. And the stronger storms typically stay farther south away from our high pressures. The weaker storms can typically get yanked. So depending on how strong this is and where it's positioned at as it gets out here early next week, late next week, the weaker storm will more than likely get yanked. Potentially, the stronger storms will stay south because they don't want to mess with those high pressure systems. So that's just basic meteorology right there. What's up, F1? All right, I'll be right back, guys. Hold on just a moment. Sorry, guys. My significant other's trying to blow me out the house tonight. All right, let's see where we're at here. Jesus Christ. Yeah, guys, I can't answer questions on if anybody's going to get hit with a hurricane next week. We don't know. We're just looking. It's a very interesting model run tonight, that's for sure. I think this is one of the most furthest south tracks I've seen. I mean, this is just over 200 hours out. This is next Sunday. So about 9 days. It's, guys, in reality, it's really not that long. It's really not. Mesoscale, let me look at it again. It says convection is supposed to increase here along the surface front, so we'll see. Hi, Jenny Purr. It's the babies. It's the baby purrs. Y'all can say hi to the purse. Jennifer. Jennifer. Wow. She's sweet. We love her. Yeah, the other day it did say double hurricane in the Gulf. It did. It said, hold on, wait a minute. Let me see the latest her run here. Is it doing anything? Jesus, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow looks spicy, that's for sure. A little bit spicy. Let's go back to our Fantasyland run. Oh, it's going to Miami. Correct, flight attendant, correct. Yeah, if this is 200 hours out. Once again, guys, this is a model run over 10 days out. We're just seeing where the GFS puts it. That's where I'm at with it right now. We're just seeing where the GFS puts it. It's not a plausible scenario right now. The Bahamas would be absolutely destroyed if this happened. That's a Cat 4 hurricane, 944. Oh, we will have many sleepless nights ahead of us if this verifies next week. 100%. Absolutely. There will be no Mesomat sleeping. All right, your GFS ensembles, this is where they're at right now. So pretty good agreement on the next 2 days. Some of these have a depression, some of these have a storm. Why are you nudging me? Why are you nudging me? What is it? What? It's not bedtime yet. You're not going to bed yet. No. Don't give me that look. Pull it and give it to the fish. Ah! Oh, it's going to go east. You can look, you start to see it shift northeast a little bit. Is a hurricane coming to Texas? No, a hurricane is not coming to Texas. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I know that the model, dude, it had a Cat 1 in Oklahoma City, which made no sense. It was so weird. Yeah, this is a Hall of Fame run for today. Yeah, I can't give you guys answers on where this is going to go to. No, Josh, I don't know the answer to that, bud. Let me zoom out here. Cat one, dude, it did it. It did a 992. It was weird. Not the second one. Dude, if this thing curls out, I'm gonna laugh. That would be awesome. What are the odds of this being a fantasy? Oh, this is a fantasy run. We're over 200 hours out. We're in La La Land. We are so in La La Land. At this point, we are. I buy the model run all the way up to Wednesday or Thursday. This seems legit. We'll stop it on Wednesday or Thursday. This would be legit. Depending on where it's positioned at, where it's going, and what the strength is will kind of depend on the rest of it. So I buy it up to Wednesday, but past 115 hours out, yeah. And it's shifting northeast. Any chance it goes out to sea? Sure. We're running out of room here, but sure. One could hope. I think we're making landfall right here. I think that's what this run's going to do. These guys, these hurricanes, when they strengthen like this, they are massive. This is the wind field too, so. I wonder if the... Yeah, that is the biggest thing. It has nailed the idea of a major hurricane. I think we will see our first Cat 3+. I do think we will. I think we will see our first Cat 3+ this week. Whether it's out in the ocean or if it's coming somewhere else, I think it's very possible. Once again, this is our wave right here. Got a pretty nice area of explosion of convection there, so. Once again, they have not issued an invest on it yet. Once they issue a 97L invest on it, will be better. I will show this because this is always interesting to watch. Let me go to... Katie, where are you at again? Oh, storm surge would be awful. It would be awful if the wind field was that big. Oh, 100%. Let me see if it does the satellite symmetry. I'm trying to look at a couple things here if it'll show me the... Oh, here we go. This is like the simulated satellite on it. Oh, it doesn't go that far out yet. Darn. Jesus. Massive. So massive. I'll have to do some research on that one, flight attendant. I'll have to do some research on it and see. I think it's just crazy. This is just wild to me. It's 942. 100 and... Jesus. 103 knots. What does 103 knots transition to? 118 mile an hour winds would be Cat 3. No, this is not going to go where it's saying. No, guys. We're just looking. We're just watching the run come in at this point. At this point, this scenario is off the table. This is not real right now. This is the 850 millibar wind field that we are looking at. That's why it looks so big. This is the low level winds. So We're in La La Land, guys. I can't wait to see Twitter light up like crazy tonight. Alrighty. 940. It's going to be strengthened all the way up to landfall. Yeah, I really hope this is not something we're looking at in a couple days. And there's the GFS ensembles. This is out there Monday. Hold on, guys. All right, y'all. Excuse me. That was gross. Alrighty. Y'all got any questions in chat? I know we're all just like wondering what's gonna happen. Me too. We'll go back to radar here as well. Still got that severe thunderstorm warning here for Paynesville. Not a lot going on right now though still. Imagine it just doesn't make landfall somewhere. Ocean temperatures right now. Hold on. What do y'all think? I'm gonna let y'all observe the map. It's very warm. Yeah. Very, very warm. My hope is that it doesn't go into the Gulf. I think that's a less likely scenario right now. But even at that, I mean, this is ridiculous. And you're seeing that on the model runs. You're seeing the model runs compute that. Yeah, so those are those water temperatures. We should get an NHC update in about 30 minutes as well. Looks like it's going to do the northeast coast thing again, where it goes like that. That's what I'm thinking. Dude, I called Beryl very well last year. I called Beryl 6 days out. Straight up. Beryl was what a very, very hard storm to forecast as well. I was very good with Beryl last year, 6 days out in advance, and that was coming out of Yucatan. It did some wild things last year. Yep. And then ended up causing one of the worst tornado outbreaks in Louisiana history. On top of it, the outer bands came in. It would be after August 19th, August 18th through the 20th. So in the next 10 to 12 days. Yeah, Galveston was not fun to watch. The worst impacts were mostly Louisiana, but yeah. Milton, actually, you guys can go back and watch those videos from last year. I was talking about Milton well in advance. Well in advance. And I had a lot of people telling me I was not knowing what I was talking about because Milton was very, very unique. Milton came from the Pacific Ocean. So a lot of times during the end of the season, during hurricane season, towards October, we can get some waves that sometimes trickle over out of the Yucatan. Hold on a second. Out of the Yucatan, but out of Pacific Ocean. Let me pull it up here. We can sometimes get storms that develop over here and kind of move over here. And Milton developed well over here, and everybody thought it was HARP and weather modification. No, it wasn't. You can get storms that straggle just like you do from the Atlantic over to the Pacific, from the Pacific over to the Atlantic. And last year, Milton got into the Pacific Ocean, very warm water temperatures. We had just had Helene not even a month after, and ended up becoming one of the top 5 biggest hurricanes in Atlantic Ocean history, crushing the 900 millibar record. It broke 900 millibars. It went down to, I believe, 896. Hold on a minute. I have it pulled up here. Hold on a moment. 897 or 896. I'll pull it up here. Hold on. Hold on a minute. I have it from last year. Give me just a second. 897. Yes, 897. I save all of the history events. By the way, guys, Milton also caused this in Florida, if anybody remembers this. We had a wedge tornado in Florida. I will pop it up here. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Hold on. If you guys remember, we had this. I save all these photos, so. That was a wedge tornado in eastern Florida from the outer bands. That was last year during Hurricane Milton. Yeah, we had our first 10% hatch tornado risk last year in Florida. Had a huge tornado outbreak from it. This was the SPC outlook. We had a 10% hatch tor risk. Go back here. That was Milton as it hit 897 millibar status. That was Milton. Had a 3-mile wide pinhole. Yeah, we covered this last year from start to finish. Very, very impressive storm. That was a Cat 5 status. This was the storm surge. We had up to 10 to 15 feet of storm surge in Tampa Bay. From that one. Yep, I did cover the derecho in Houston too. Correcto. This was the advisory. 897 millibars with a 180 mile per hour max sustained winds is what peak was on that. Think about that. 897 millibars. Absolutely insane. So I just, wow. And that was the original path as well. Gladly it weakened very significantly. So, crazy, crazy stuff. I really don't think we're going to get too much severe weather tonight. I'm not impressed with anything right now. Which is fine with me. And there it goes. North Carolina is the lucky chicken dinner winner on the GFS run. 943. Yeah, I was going to say it sounds about like you were too, Katie. It's not like North Carolina needs us again. They don't need it. They don't need it at all. God, that would be like a Hugo repeat right there. That's awful. Yeah, this would be worst case scenario. They don't need that in North Carolina. They just went through Milton, or not Milton, but Helene. Yeah, it'll change again. We'll be interested to see the European when it starts to run here in a few minutes. I'm watching the GFS ensembles come in. Looks like the ensembles are going shift. Looks like the GFS ensembles have already shifted. Hold on a minute. I'm going to like draw a circle here and we can see where we're at. Whoa. Well, ensembles just yanked this thing down to the south too. So the circle was the last run with the group of ensembles. You can see the shift south. Captain Maverick, isolated tornado threat, wind threat, and hail mostly. The storms are struggling right now with capping. Storms should start to convect here overnight tonight. I'm not going to stay on all night long. Trying to get as much sleep as I can as we get ready for this event next week. But just go to bed with alerts on your phone. I'm not really too concerned about it. I did see those. I did see the dual runs. It was wild. Yes, they do, Ethan. Yes. I see many sleepless nights in my future. Yeah, if this validates, I would even start to say towards Thursday and Friday next week, there won't be a lot of sleep for me. I'll be on here doing as many streams as I possibly can. I will tell you guys this now, okay? For all of you guys that are in the stream watching, beware of the Floridians. I'm telling you, and my weather team can vouch, and anybody that watched the streams last year, if anybody in here is from Florida or lives in Florida, I highly respect you. You guys are good. We get some rude as fuck Floridians in the streams when we are covering hurricane season. I am telling you guys this now so you are aware. They are awfully rude. Some of them are just out of pocket. If they don't get their questions answered in a timely manner, they're pissed off. If they don't get what they want, they're pissed off. It is absolutely awful. I cannot stand dealing with the rudest people from Florida every single year during hurricane season. And not all of them are bad, but the ones that come in here and watch my streams, you guys will see the viewer count. We average 3,000 viewers on the stream mostly during hurricane season. We get a lot of people in here that watch, which is fine with me. I don't care. I appreciate it, but you will see a lot of rude people in the comments. It is just how it works. Because they'll hear a forecast from somebody else, or they'll hear that they're going to get something and it's not true. Yeah, the ensembles are south. I don't like that the ensembles are shifting south. I'm not a fan of that either. Yeah, this is not good. We don't want to see a south shift. I'm going to go back to the 18Z on this. Yeah, it's a little bit of yank. It's a yanker. Well, now that this thing is out there too, it's a little bit more concerning. Yeah, so there it goes. This would be a North Carolina storm if that was right. Luo, for all of my weather team people, this is going to be y'all's first storm next week. Y'all are going to learn a lot, and you're going to see a lot, and you're going to help out a lot. That's how it works. My weather team will be exhausted as myself after the next 2 weeks is over with. And we still have October and September to get through, guys. Just saying. All right, besides old sweet old Aaron over there, let's look at our upper level jet stream and see what it's doing. It's due to high pressure and all that stuff, in terms of where it's going to steer at. So, was this as a coincidence? Looks like we'll get some type of return to severe weather again for the Dakotas and up towards the plains again, toward the end of next week. Not quite yet set in stone, but most of the United States is going to be locked under a ridge or a high pressure here, so we'll be keeping things hot. We'll see some storms up here. Shouldn't really see a lot of severe weather other than up in the plains again in the upper Midwest. And then there she goes. So, said we'll see the GFS or the European run here pretty soon. What did the icon do? I did not check the icon. Do I see anything in the Gulf in the future? As of right now, no. Unless this system were to do some wild stuff. Oh my god, the icon. The icon has it further south too. Jesus. What's the flight attendant? It's the only model run to put it in the Gulf. It's the only one. Yeah, it's the only one. Ooh, I'm curious, what did the UK Met do? Does it do it? The fact that the UK Met has it is wild. Okay. The the Euro hold on a moment. Yeah, we're getting some more storms up here in Minnesota. Nothing severe warned right now, which is good though. We're keeping it pretty steady. Here's latest UK. There it goes. Oh, look, it's Row. Yeah, that's what I'm watching for. That 700 millibar inversion should be cooling, so we should start to see those temps drop, which is going to allow for storms to initiate. Yeah, the fact that the agreement, this is all the way out through Tuesday. We have pretty good agreement on where this is going to go. I'm interested if we see more model runs in this direction now than in this direction. It's going to be a very interesting update. That's for sure. We're watching the update now. The European model's going to run next. Are you on because something is up? Yeah. Let me take a look at the tops real quick. Yeah, the tops are pretty decent, about 45, 50,000 feet. 54 to 55,000 feet. So yeah, we're about 60,000 feet aloft. Capping's just keeping it screwed, which is weird. Matthew bullies me? I think it's the other way around, Rochelle. Yeah, I can see some coverage. That's about 4 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So I just don't see much with tonight. I'm not really super impressed. Oh no, it's back. It's back again. We're in fantasy land, guys. We are officially in fantasy land. That's the second one. The second one's back. Oh god, I fucking hate hurricane season with so many words. I hate it. That's that little wave that we were watching, the second one that comes off over here. So there will be a second wave, guys. It's already on the satellite imagery. Hold on, I'll show you guys here. So this is the wave that we're watching right now that's highlighted. This is the wave coming behind it. Yeah, reporting these models. And then you have something like this. So we get next week's. Watch, we get next week's, and then here we go. I don't like these. I hate the. I hate personally. I would rather watch a storm go like this. I hate the ones that come out of the Yucatan. I cannot stand these. It's almost like we get close to home storm down there too. I'm telling you, trusted adult. Just message Spider, Captain Maverick. As long as you're over the age of 18, you're good. Yeah, if there's anybody in the stream that's wanting to join the team, just message Spider. That's my significant other. She helps me run the team. As long as you're over the age of 18, you can join. You don't have to have any knowledge or anything. We'll teach you. We're waiting. Yeah, then you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait a year then, which is okay. Guys, I've had people that have watched me for 3 years before they've joined the team, so it's okay. I got you, though, Captain. I got you whenever you're 18, though. We will still be here, I promise. Oh, this is a classic. This is a classic right here. We are in La La Land. Yeah, Kylie, just message Row. Guys, message Spider. She is in the living room. She will handle all of the things. 4th year of watching? What? That's crazy. If you've been watching for 4 years, then you must... Oh, there she is. If you've been watching for 4 years, then you must know my hotel days. That's impressive.
No, but...
You're a midget.
Message me, Spider, Row, whatever you would prefer to call me.
Just kidding, I love you. You're so short. I need to get a camera that, like, stacks up more.
Let's not be short. That means I'm tall. Get it right. Jeez.
Midget. She's gonna climb up water. Oh. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. There's no sun.
I am the glue to the team. Aiden is so right.
He's just saying that because he doesn't want to get kicked off. He's just saying that because he's.
Why didn't y'all tell me to fix my pockets? How rude of you guys to not tell me that. Anyways, you. So stupid. No, but if you would like to join the team, soy sauce and cereal as well. If you would like to join the team and you're over the age of 18 or you're 18 plus, 18 is...
I heard she was available tonight to talk to, too. It'd still be a good week to get people on so they can learn as we see things happen, too.
That is correct, but not tonight.
That's fun. You're busy. You're free now. You're busy now this weekend, so you're good.
Anyhow, if you would like to message me...
Oh, God, here he goes.
Please do so.
It's so little.
The song was diabolical. I love you guys. If y'all love me so much, y'all should follow my page too. I'm just saying. I don't post the same content that he does. I do help, but I post other content. I post random content. I'm really random. Maybe
give her a follow, just maybe. I'm just kidding.
You should.
You should give her a follow. She's awesome. A lot of the girls on the team could definitely say her content's amazing. You didn't get that, did you?
No, I didn't. What?
You're slow. Never mind. Anyways, that was a bad joke. Anyways, yeah, go message her, guys. Luo got it.
I didn't get it. What were you?
All the girls can message you if they're interested in your content.
That too.
You don't have any, but anyway.
I don't have any, but you know, we can talk. Just saying. I'm just kidding.
This is the GFS lady.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry, guys, she's taken.
Or am I? That's the question of the day.
That's wild.
I will go back in there and comment to my account.
No, Brian, you don't have to be. Anybody can follow her. You don't have to be 18 to follow her. You can follow her if you
No,
want
anybody
to.
can
She's
follow
fine.
me. I will go back in the room and comment my account. That way y'all can follow me.
That's true too, Luo. Alrighty, guys. We'll see. We're gonna wait on the NHC update, which we should get here momentarily soon. I wonder if they go ahead and orange blob this thing. We should get an orange blob, I would think. I'll see here. All of our most of our weather team is pretty much all girls. I think we only have 2 guys now on the team. 2 or 3. This is concerning. That's literally gonna be me. I'm in danger. We'll see if the models curve it out. They're not curving it out. They're gonna keep it parallel to the run. Ah! Don't want to see this. We're in Western Kentucky. Yeah, guys, if you're in Minnesota, just a quick update. We still have that watch out until 4 a.m. for the next 3 hours. There's not much happening. I don't see much happening tonight. I think we're going to stay pretty capped. Back to our fun time here. There she goes. There she goes again. Helene 2.0. Just kidding. Absolutely not. Look at the size of this compared to the last one. Look at that. Look at the size comparison. One uses the water temperatures on the East Coast. The other one uses the one on the Gulf. Yeah, yellow slight for severe weather. Yes. Any concerns for day 3? No, I'm not too concerned about day 3. No. We could do a loop-de-loop-de-loop. Ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Oh. Why did it reproduce? I don't know the answer to that one. The sad thing is, guys, we only have 3 frames left on this model run. You know, really, in all honesty, this is actually really good. This is, the ensembles are all the way out to Wednesday the 13th, and we've got pretty good agreement on where this is going, and that is a shift south. That is a huge shift south. Huge shift. It's pretty good agreement for this to be 5 days out. So this is 5 days out on Wednesday. Pretty good agreement. We'll have Tropical Storm Aaron. I will be live every single day, guys, going forward. There will not be any no Mesomat weather stream days. We will be talking about this every day. So if you need that weather coverage, we got you. We should see an orange blob, though. Yeah, I'm personally thinking when NHC updates here in a few minutes, we should, if they don't do it tonight, they'll do it tomorrow. We should see this change to an orange color. Should be up to like 40%, I would think. They may wait till tomorrow, but we'll see. They may wait. We'll see. We'll see what they do. I don't like the way this path goes. We got 2 more update frames.
Don't row your way through the flooded waters. If you see you row that's flooded, be prepared to stop.
Yes, seek flooding advice. Jennifer, stop. I'm over you. This cat. You guys want to see something cool? Do y'all want to see a magic trick? I can make her disappear. Are y'all ready? Yeah! Poof. Gone like the wind. Come here. You want to come back for more? I just threw her on the bed. Look, she's going to come right back for more. Oh, never mind. Watermelon really wanted to come live with me. All right, this makes me a little concerned in the 300-hour mark. Does it go here or does it go here? We won't know because the hour it stops. European Mall's about to run. We'll see the Euro come out. Have a good one, Justin. I always appreciate you. As always, bud. Have a wonderful night. Listen, guys. Crazy. Sky Paradise with the live goal complete. Let's freaking go. You guys have been crushing it tonight, and I absolutely appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that, as always. Make sure you guys give Sky Paradise there a follow in the chat. I appreciate you as always, girl. You're always in here giving love. I appreciate you. You guys have been awesome tonight. I don't know why y'all just are just feeling the generousness. I appreciate y'all no matter what. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All of the donos, guys, do go towards Mesomat getting a vehicle to drive in, / school funding. So for me to go back to meteorology school, because I'm currently out right now because financially I don't have the money to pay for school. And I'm not a believer in student loans or any of that. So I appreciate it very, very much. You guys are amazing, amazing, amazing. You're not a loser. I appreciate you. You're awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the prints as well. That's been awesome. You guys, I think, almost threw me into rankings. I noticed that just now. I had a little thingy pop up, which is wild. That never happens. When we were ready for a fight and get power back. I know, I bet you guys are. I bet you are. Yeah, you guys are crushing it. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Well, that is the end of the GFS run. But I can make my own run. Ready? There we go. That's the end of the run. That'll do it. Just kidding. Lainey has been manifesting it for a year now. And Matt, we trust. I appreciate you. By the way, Katie, if you need anything, please message me. Because I know, I think you were asking earlier. I don't know if you were going to join the team or not, but if you need anything, message me. There's possibly a hurricane coming. We'll see. We'll see what happens. European model is going to run next. Here it comes. So I want to see what the Euro does. This is going to be the biggest thing. What I'm concerned about is if the European model goes the close to semi-track that the GFS does, we're going to have some problems. That's all I'm going to say. We don't know where it's going to go yet. We have no idea. But here comes the Euro. Starting out fresh again. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me to see. What did our last Euro do? Did the Euro this afternoon do anything wild? I couldn't remember. The European has it a lot weaker all the way up to moving. Jesus. Yeah, that's fine, Katie. That's fine. That was the Euro. Almost taking the same track as the GFS, which is interesting. All right, we're going to get the new Euro, though. That's what I'm curious on. Still got really good model agreement over 4 days out. You're starting to kind of see some turning, but what was 18Z at on this plot? Models did really good until about Friday. So, and then they split. The models split pretty significantly on the last run. Very significantly on the last run. Burp you. All right. Let me ask you guys something. Do you guys want a live stream tomorrow morning, or do we want to wait until tomorrow night? Up to you guys. Or I could do both. Tomorrow is Saturday. I'm not running a race tomorrow. So I will be up. I'll have a video. I'll have a video out tomorrow morning by 10 since it's Saturday. And we'll kind of go from there. I can do both. I can do a morning stream and I can do a nighttime stream. We may end up covering tomorrow's severe weather too. It looks like tonight's not going to be much of anything. The watch literally expires in 3 hours. Just not doing much. What another busted risk zone tonight. This is my full-time job, like legit. Please post on Facebook. Okay, I can post the... I need to start posting my videos on Facebook again. If you guys are not following me on here, clearly, or on YT, that's where I post my videos at. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a game stream tomorrow at 2. We got on and did some Fortnite today. Make sure you guys come into those game streams. It's a lot of fun. I was streaming Madden, COD, and Fortnite today a little bit. I'm Master of Prestige level 160 in COD right now, so. No, you're fine, Stacy. You're fine. Sarah already got mine. Casey, good luck. Well, we're still waiting on this update. They may keep it yellow, but I would think they would go orange with it, knowing that it's going to get going here soon. I would think they would raise the odds on this. Yeah, tomorrow's threat's going to update in about 15 minutes. So I'll wait until the SPC updates. I'm going to probably stay on here till about 1 and then we'll get off. Like last night, being there's definitely not much going on. So when SPC updates at 1, we'll talk about it. There's no point in talking about a risk zone that's probably not going to, it's going to change a little bit. Oh, they kept it. Okay, so they raised the odds from 20 to 30. So they did not change this yet. I would think then tomorrow they would change it. It looks like it shifted a little bit south. Well, it's still in a short window too, so they also lowered the northern one to 30 as well. So that one's down to 30, and then this one's up to 30. Looks to be it shifted a little bit. I'm not at yet. I'm at a community college here right now, and then I'll be transferring over there, KEB. I still got about 2.5 years left before I finish school. All right, we're starting to see the models now that we're at Friday, or Thursday, Friday here, kind of start to kind of wobble, but consolidated still on a southern track here, which is not great. Got a couple little outliers to the further to the north here. But a little bit, like I said, further shift to the south. Yeah, it's expensive. It's expensive. Very expensive. Europeans taking this out on Sunday now over here. We can see it. I'll pull it back up here. Where? There we go. Euro's still keeping it a little bit further to the north. I wonder if it gets yanked back down to the south. Have a good one, flight attendant. I appreciate you for hopping in. Ready for sleep? I'm getting there. We're getting there slowly. Claire, what's up? Welcome back. All right, sorry, I was just looking at that. If you guys are coming into the stream, welcome in. We'll stay out here just a little bit longer. Kind of waiting to see the models update. Oh, yeah, the European model's a little bit slower with development on the system, which is expected. Some of the ensembles do organize it. Yes, they do. That is correct. I did hear about it, Casey. I did. Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit ago. So once again, that's the latest update from NHC. I don't know the answer to that one, Marissa. I have no idea. Looks like the Euros got this a lot further to the south. That's interesting. Let me look at trends again. It's just weird. It's really starting to get some convection on it, too. Thank you, Claire, for the gift. You guys don't have to gift anymore. I appreciate it. Yeah, you're starting to see some more convection getting going. It looked like there was a little bit of a low-level center trying to develop in there, too. A little bit of a small LLC. Dude, our invest is gone. It fizzled out. Why did tonight's severe risk bust? Capping. Way too capped out. There seems to be a trend with Minnesota capping inversions this year. It's been one of those years. Yeah, it seems to be a big year for that. Why are there so many models that are... Why is the GFS doing that? Yeah, so this was the ensembles on the 14th. I'm just gonna do imagine an image here. Yikes. How about that? How about a major shift south in the ensembles? So the 18Z models were mostly together in that black box. Look at the new shift. That's a major shift in the ensembles. That's quite incredible. Look at the major shift in the ensemble. So that was the 18Zs where they were at. This is the tonight's. It's taking it a further south track. So it makes a recurve less likely almost. I bet we're about to see some wild ass stuff tonight with this. Most of these are probably going to go in this direction now. Because the 18Z, watch what it did. Wasn't that far to the south and then starts to yank it, and then we had just a spread. Like 60% of them recurve, and then this is tonight so far. You're starting to see some want to kind of recurve it because they're weaker. A stronger storm would stay to the south. A weaker storm would get pulled to the north more than likely. But I don't like seeing this. It's not great. I busted risk zone. Huh? Gotta get them out of people. I don't know. I can see.
I wish there was a counter somewhere in this.
No, there is. Yeah, there's 2 right now.
Oh, 2. 2 people. Pull up your other chat. Now I can't see that. Thanks.
Sheesh. It's looking pretty decent. That's the second week behind it. This is it. That's it right now. This is it.
Oh yeah?
That's just now coming off the coast.
Oh yeah? Nice.
What a dud tonight.
You know what's also a dud?
Hmm.
You.
Hmm. So by Tuesday, it has a 110. We need any bad weather Kentucky tonight? No, no bad weather Kentucky anytime soon.
Dang.
I know, darny darn.
Lucky darns.
Everybody's already talking about it.
Dream, get off your phone.
This is what I check on when I'm on here. Everybody's already talking about it.
Tough ass that this was the OZ.
Yeah, it is. Everybody on social media is already talking about. So that was the 18Z up top. OZ. It's not good.
No. When is it ever good? He asked, do I go to model cycle and click OZ?
Yeah, tough, yeah.
You have gray hairs.
Get them.
Get them, they're all over your head.
Where's one?
There's like, it's like all over here.
That one.
That was just a random piece of hair. You have like graves everywhere. You need just for men.
Oh. You need to stop.
What? What did you?
I love you. Oh. I did. She did say that.
I did.
Yep, you're done, Craft Kitty 19 cutie.
All right. I'm assuming that's Claire.
Yes. Yeah, keep it further from the high. Yep. I don't know what the Euro's doing. The Euro's being Euro-ish.
No, I think she's in time. I think she's in timeout on TikTok for it. You can get in timeout for that on TikTok.
Still really good support through Friday. That's through next Friday.
That is a thing, yeah. It's absolutely a thing. I've been in timeout for that.
For what?
Gifting.
Oh, no, she's not in timeout for gifting. I just told her she was.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying like TikTok can.
Oh, yeah.
TikTok can do that. I've been from gifting, liking, commenting, sharing.
Yeah.
I can do everything else, but like separately, I couldn't do those things.
TikTok timed you out. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Mr. Twister WX? How are you?
Because I think it's like a spam account, like a robot account.
Yeah.
So they won't let you do that. We want to verify, make sure it's actually a person.
I appreciate you. Good to see you, bud.
Who's that?
Mr. Twister.
Hi. I don't know who you are. Hi. Yeah, it's really annoying. I don't know. You're not Claire. No, we're not doing that. I won't go live again. I've done that with Matthew. I'll do it with you. I won't go live again. You're not
She'll
gonna do
find
that
you.
to me. You're not gonna do that to me. That's not happening.
I can tell you what it is, Claire. I already know what it is.
What is it?
I'm not saying on here. It's for you to
Okay,
find out
well,
later.
no. No. I don't know. I will block you on my account, Claire.
What's up, WMU? Guys, we will be wrapping up stream in about 15 minutes once the newest update comes out.
I don't. Do not send me gifts. If you ever see me on stream, do not gift me. I don't like gifts.
You know, if you say that word too many times with the new thing out, I could
Really?
get in trouble. Yes.
No, I don't know.
Welcome to reading guidelines.
Well,
you're gonna start going live more. You need to know those. Yeah, dude. I think today busted.
That looks weird.
Dude, I know. I'm looking at the wave. Looks impressive right now. It's definitely convecting. That's for sure.
Claire, no.
Yeah, we'll be getting off here pretty soon with another busted wrist today.
Blah, blah, blah.
Tomorrow, maybe, yeah, Colorado looks decent tomorrow. I see a 5% tour coming for Colorado tomorrow. We'll see what they do with it. Look at tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah. Huh.
Parameters.
Didn't look that impressive. It's off an outflow boundaries.
What's the models look like?
Tomorrow's afternoon.
I know I'm saying.
And then again on Sunday.
What does the lines look like? That's what I'm wanting to know.
For
Tomorrow.
Tournament parameters not bad on tomorrow.
I always like to keep it 2.
I could see a 5 though for Colorado off the outflow boundaries.
Maybe.
Definitely a 5. This is a little weird that it's over there. Yeah. Yeah, 5 LOL, yeah. Yeah, there'll be storms in Missouri tomorrow. What are you talking about, Katie? I forgot.
You're good, Katie. You're fine.
Oh yeah.
You're fine. We didn't get back to you on it. You're fine. You're good. Do what you need to do.
We've yet to get a curve out. Pretty consolid. TikTok, Twister. That's where I got most of my viewers at.
Keep up the great work.
I appreciate it, Colin. Oh, there she goes.
There she goes. There she goes again. Nope. What does that say? Oh, absolutely. I thought that was like A13, and then you just...
Almost 100K, Mr. Twister. Absolutely not. That's next Wednesday. So I think both models agree that this is going to be a name storm by Wednesday.
There's Cap.
Dude.
Here in the door.
Oh, huh?
Here at the door.
Oh. Yeah, dude, it's been wild. I've just been blown away by it. I think what it signals is we're more than likely gonna have a major hurricane. It's just where is it gonna go? It's the biggest thing. The severe weather is happening. Uh-oh, that's not fun, Ethan. Let me look at the 18 again.
Not the yellow jacket. That's insane.
Let her in.
Your cat?
She never meows.
No, it's my cat.
Is that Autumn?
Yes.
She knows you're in here. She knew you were. She knew you were in here. That's what she would do if you slept in here again. We'd have all 3 cats on the bed.
It was Jenny.
No, that's a different meow.
Sweet baby.
In 2 days, tough on the GFS. European a little bit longer.
No, she's in my hands. Stop, she's in my hands. Go back out. It's like, Mom. Look at her.
Mom. Yeah, 2 days tough.
You know, she was meowing at the door.
She wanted you.
Well, that's a first.
Oh. Yeah, that's what we're waiting for too, is the SPC update. I wonder if they go enhanced tomorrow. Did we get a CSU? Let's see. CSU did.
Alright, I'm going over.
Oh, CSU does go enhanced tomorrow up in Wisconsin. That's fun. I'm gonna get off and go to sleep here soon, so.
Have fun.
Walkie talkies.
Come on. You go with me? Or now you do. Come on. Autumn. You cried about coming in here because I was in here. Now let's go. I'm leaving. And you lick your butt. Okay.
No, wait, hold on. She was wanting her mama. Yeah, I wonder if they go 5 tomorrow. We'll see. I definitely think it's possible. I could see Kansas too. I could see it also. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, just a little bit longer here. We're just waiting. I think the European's gonna. Some interesting decisions have been made for sure. Yeah, I bet they have been. We're just gonna wait and see what this does, and then we'll go to sleepers. Yeah, SPC's made some wild decisions over the last couple of weeks. That is definitely for sure. I will play tomorrow, Claire. I'm gonna probably hop on tomorrow and play. think it's taking the Euro's taking it to the north again. Because it's weaker. It's so crazy. We started to see recurving already, and we haven't yet. Very consolidated all the way through next Friday. I don't like this, guys. I really don't like this. Have a good one, Tough. Bad gateways. Yeah, I get them too. I do as well. I wonder if we start to see the models fan out. So this is where we have, I'm going to do another box here and compare. So the models were already splitting. And they haven't done that yet. Yeah, I'm going to get on here tomorrow, guys, and do another Fortnite stream, I think. It'll be at some point tomorrow morning, probably. I don't want the live to end. I got to get sleep, though. I do got to get sleep tonight. I do. Dude, is the Euro about to take the same track? It's a little bit further to the north in the GFS, but it is strengthening now. I wonder if it does this. Well, I do have 2 kids as well that I have to take care of, and I have to help row, and we've got a pretty busy weekend, so. Come on, y'all. All right, let's go SPC. Come on. Yeah, I don't even need radar up anymore. It's over with pretty much there. I sleep max 4 hours. That's crazy. Okay. Well, y'all. Do appreciate you guys for being on the stream late tonight. Yeah, this is not good. We have basically agreement on the GFS on where this is going to go all the way out to Saturday. Somewhere in this range. That doesn't really give us a lot of time after Saturday to figure out what's going to happen. We can get some storms in the Twin Cities, and I think it's possible. It's just not right now. And these models are doing great. Yeah, Katie, I'm gonna message you back when I get off here. I opened it just to see what it said, and I'll message you when I get back. Yeah, Cooper, just have alerts on your phones just in case, but I think you're gonna be okay. Yeah, so here is the Euro. The Euro is identically taking the same track as the GFS. Very interesting. So it keeps this storm further to the south, away from the high, and it's going to yank it, keeping it from yanking. You as well, Cooper. I appreciate you, bud. Have a wonderful night. You get one recurving. All of these models have a hurricane by Friday night, next Friday night, which is 6 days out. Really not far. Yes, correct. Yep. That's very impressive. Very impressive. I'll do the Euro ensembles in my video tomorrow, but pretty impressive run. All right, day 2 just came out. We'll see that update here in a second. Europeans now down to tropical storm status. I think we're going to see, we might see a very similar run of the GFS with this, which would be amazing. Yes, Mr. Yes. And there's day 1. Both of them are out. $991. So the second it hits the subtropical Atlantic, it rapidly intensifies. This is very, very interesting. This model is all the way through next Sunday, the 17th. And it's very identical to the GFS. I want to show this again because it just blows my mind. So Euro is at 204. So look at the difference, right? GFS and European OOZ. GFS has a major Cat 3 plus hurricane down here on next Sunday. The European has a tropical storm / low-wind hurricane next Sunday. And it's a little bit further advanced to the north. Just a bit difference. So the circle is the GFS run. The European is just behind it, but a lot stronger of a storm. So the fact that we have the European and the GFS thermatistic runs on the same exact path, just a little bit in front of each other, I don't like that. That does not make me happy. That's not a good thing. And this is over 7 days out. So we have pretty decent consistency 7 days out. So that's telling me that I think the odds of a United States impacts are starting to go up a little bit more. So we're just kind of waiting the next couple of days to kind of pull the trigger on that. But this is not what you want to see if you are on the East Coast. This is not what you want to see. It's not good. I'm not saying, hey, this is going to happen yet, but these runs are becoming more and more and more realistic. I wouldn't say we're really getting, we're pulling away from La La Land. Europeans got a 980 on the 18th. European GFS. European, so a little bit further to the west on the GFS than the Euro has, and a lot stronger. Day one is out. Yes, it is. Did they go enhanced? Or no? No? Okay. Waiting for it to officially update. Good morning. What's up, Lucas? Wow. European goes 980 to 961 in 3 frames. So look at this, guys. This is the European model on the 18th and the GFS. Look how in sync these models are together over 10 days out. That is very, very impressive. Very impressive. If I wasn't in the weather field and I was a crazy person that doesn't understand things, I would call it that far out. That is a GFS, Euro. GFS, Euro. Same date, same time. A little bit stronger, but both of these are showing a major hurricane. I don't like that. All right, so the 2% tornado risk got way bigger, so we are going to have to do severe weather coverage tomorrow for Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, and eastern portions of Nebraska tomorrow. So we will be on here tomorrow covering. Eastern Colorado as well. Wind threat is at 15 and 5, and then we have a hatched hail threat for tomorrow. Interesting there. I'm waiting on the day 2 to update. Yeah, we will be covering tomorrow afternoon, guys. Euro is going down to 957, and then it has another wave behind it, another wave behind it, and then another wave behind it. We are about to be absolutely exhausted at the end of October. August. I'm losing my mind already. It's going to be an afternoon threat mostly tomorrow. But this would be the major run right there. No, you're fine, babe. You're good. So the European is recurving it. So it does look better and better chances of us getting something in this corridor here. All right, day 2 went marginal. Nothing too crazy on the day 2. So tomorrow should be the end of our big severe weather. Might still get a 5% tour somewhere in here tomorrow. I think it's possible. Could get a 5% tour in there. Whoa. That's not good. The GFS ensembles don't even want to recurve. They just said, nah, we're going straight west. Most of your ensembles now are not even recurving. I hope that this run does not stay consistent. That's all the way through next Saturday. Go back and look at the 160-hour frame on the 18Z. It's weird. You don't have a single run. You got a 2 or 3 up here that start to kind of yank it. Dude, Lucas, I'm a little bit worried for you, bud. I'm a little bit worried for you. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a northeast event again on this run. I don't remember the last time I've ever seen a Cat 4, Cat 5 on the East Coast. I don't think I've ever covered it. I don't think Tornado Rescue is going to be too bad tomorrow. They might go elevated with it at some point tomorrow. We'll see what morning models look like. I'll get up in the morning and get stuff out to you guys, and we'll do some updates. If the GFS and the European are in sync tonight, over 300 hours out with the same landfall, I am going to flip my shit. This would be something. This is the GFS tonight landfall. Go it up here. GFS had landfall right on the Wilmington, North Carolina area. This is where the Euro is at right now. Looks like it's going to be a little bit further to the east, though. Both of these are still as Europe. GFS had a landfall 954. European's already lower than that. 942. It does look like it's going to recurve, though. We'll see. Yeah, I think those outflow boundaries tomorrow in Colorado will get going. I think we'll see a elevated Taurus tomorrow. I could see a 5 coming out. Well, you don't go off the dermatistic model run still, though. You go off the ensembles at this point. We want the ensembles to be... This is not good. This is not good. Most of them are going straight. That's your average right there on tonight's run. I'm telling you guys, we are in for a wild week next week. This is going to be a very long week, and it doesn't even get into our area until the following week. So really, we're going to be watching the system for the next 2 weeks. Welcome to hurricane season, where when something comes off the coast of Africa, it keeps you busy for a whole month. We tracked Beryl for 23 days, I think, last year. Something like that. It was very slow. Beryl was very slow last year. Ended up becoming a Cat 5 in July, though. Lots of welcome to the team, Lucas. We've briefed you guys. We'll have a big meeting on Sunday to get you guys ready to go for this, but it is about to be a wild next couple of months. I am ready for it. Will tomorrow be a bad tornado day? I don't think so. We'll have to see what happens. Jasmine, I'll get back with everybody tomorrow morning. We'll do a live stream tomorrow morning. We'll talk about things. Yeah, I'm dreading the next couple of weeks. Yep, I agree as well, mister. Wow, barely misses on the Euro. So the GFS and the Euro are pretty in sync. And then look at this. We got another one. Wow. Look at the difference between the Euro and the GFS. Oh, shit. Never mind. But y'all saw it. Very similar. Very, very similar to each other. That's impressive. Very, very impressive. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap up stream. It is 1:15 in the morning for me. I'm going to get some sleep. I'm going to be up early tomorrow, trying to get stuff out to you guys. This is where Mesomat doesn't sleep much, so get used to it. Get used to seeing me on stream a lot. I'll have updates for you guys tomorrow morning. My weather team, thank you guys for being in here super late. As always, I appreciate you guys. Get used to it because this is going to be a common thing as well for you guys. Everybody over on YouTube, I appreciate you guys. Mr. Twister, Western Ohio, all of you guys in there, I appreciate you guys as always as well for hopping in. We'll see you guys back in here for another update tomorrow. Maybe some good news. We'll hope. Other than that, guys, be safe, be weather aware, and I'll see you guys back in here tomorrow.